into it. So, let me raise this up a little bit so you can see their faces.
He's a level 20 wizard.
Most people are.
Actually, he
But there's actually
be a sorcerer because he can silent cast.
So, like, we were actually looking at there are rule books for
A Harry Potter thing.
There
And I think it'd be really
mad
fun
magic
for this
added.
group.
Yeah.
But I will say that one is very much
subtle spell
more
uses
roleplay than
one
anything
sorcery.
else.
It is. You
So
don't
it
want
is like
combat.
it's like 90% roleplay,
You
10%
don't
everything
want
else.
combat in that, basically.
Yeah.
You don't want it.
Especially when you're starting off at year 1.
Stupefy.
So we're going back to D&D. We could talk about Hogwarts all night after we're done with it. So
Yes.
we're going to start off with the scene that you guys do. Let's just say as a group, you guys are basically like, we got to find where this guy went. And
Where the fuck did the gnome go?
Where the hell has the gnome been? Where's Nico been? I mean,
He's probably
Dominico.
having fun.
Yeah, is it?
having fun.
I'm gonna check by the docks because he mentioned something about seeing a mushroom and drowning and all this stuff. So maybe he's on some drugs over there. I think he got hooked on a little something.
Of course, gnomes love drugs.
I mean, the
That's
giant.
a bit racist. I think you're. Don't get me wrong. They like to tinker, but not usually with drugs.
It does seem very random that she just now all of a sudden feels this way.
PJ,
Yeah.
is Bill a gnome? Was he a halfling?
Bill was a gnome.
Yeah, that's where it comes
You've
from.
dealt with Bill for years.
That's exactly why I extort him every fucking time I do it.
That explains a lot, actually.
It really does actually, now you think about it.
Not the case.
Maybe
I know.
Maybe it was innate feelings that she felt
I
back
know.
then.
It's convincing.
I know.
Also, having
It
seen
might be
Joe
convincing.
turn into a
So,
dragon multiple
technically-
times.
I hate this.
So technically, weirdly enough, if we're going by statistics as far as this campaign goes, gnomes have come up more than anything else. But I digress.
I'll advocate.
I mean, I do have technically proficiency.
Let's just say,
and
as a
some
group,
wisdom,
after you
but I
guys
don't
talked
think
about it, you guys go look around at the pond.
Well, yeah, we're gonna check out the docks or
Reluctantly.
wherever he's.
Yeah, he's currently just looking at water. So as you go and investigate that area, you can currently see him. He has his shirt off. He has his pants off. He has his
Okay.
underwear off. But he's currently playing in the water, like you like dive into it, and he's
told
just
you
kind of
he's
like a
having
baby
fun.
doing this.
I literally said he's having
Splashing this shit all over his face. He's covering himself in this weird green mucky water.
Is it like a? Is it like a river
Do you think
water?
there's something in
I'm
the
seeing
water?
something different, right?
You feel like you're getting choked out of water.
Okay.
And sometimes you feel like you're falling, and then when you land on the ground, you're choked by yourself again, and then you're just like, ah! And you slap it, and then you start falling again.
Literally, he's having
God.
fun.
Do you think there's something in the water?
I think
No.
there's gotta be. Like I told you, he's tried some drugs, and
bathing.
obviously they're having some adverse effects on his mind.
I can only
Baby.
imagine people around the docks like just looking over towards him, just
this
like,
teddy.
They've ignored him for the most part, just like,
They
here we go
probably used to
again.
some drug addicts in this
Yeah.
area now.
And this is probably more common than we know. As
Yeah,
characters.
no one's
Recently,
fucking
probably,
stopped
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Especially if it's in the water supply.
Yes, there isn't any.
Yeah,
or is
exactly.
in this area.
Yeah, I just go out. He's
What?
fine. Like literally, he'll.
How do we get him out? He seems very
don't?
like disconnected.
He's not. He's having the time of his fucking life.
Hold on.
Like, he's not
If
even
they were to look
reacting
at my
to
eyes,
himself.
do I look like
Because he
I'm
doesn't
not there
care.
at all?
You're not there.
Does he look like eyes glazed over?
It looks like he's got black irises, and the rest of black people's and the rest of his iris is just
Black
red.
peoples.
So his like
Like-
eyes are super dilated and bloodshot.
Super dilated, and
He said
then
peoples.
that's what I don't know. Okay, you guys
Dilated
what I
and
mean.
bloodshot.
The center of the eye completely black.
There you go.
The rest of it red.
Yeah, he's got
So
some
super
serious
dilated and
irises.
bloodshot.
It's because he's half dragon. Duh.
No, he's obviously on something.
It's
That's
his
a
dragon.
little bit more intense than I've ever seen, but he's got some bloodshot eyes. Like,
That's dragon power. It's coursing
I'm
through
gonna-
his fucking
Can you
veins.
use
know
a
what?
limited telepathy to just say wake up to him?
There's something.
Okay,
you
so
can't
as you are following, you just hear, "Wake up!"
Oh, demons.
And then as that happens, your vision slowly turns like red and green, and it's almost like
Ooh,
it only
nice.
turns hippie, and you can see like a
Oh,
hippie version of
dang.
yourself,
Hey,
It's all good.
see?
Let it all flow within. Dance with me.
Yes, yes.
Wake up! Wake up! You can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool.
I just go stop bothering the guy. He's
Oh,
having
I'm
fun.
using
I think
telepathy.
he's
You don't even
mentally
hear it.
snapped.
Oh yeah.
Limited telepathy at that, but telepathy.
Okay.
14.
14? Yeah. Easy enough. You slowly... You kind of look down. You don't know where your pants are. You don't know where your shirt is. You're in your underwear.
And your friends
And
are
you're
staring at you.
embarrassed.
You're staring at you.
Looks like you're back with us. Welcome back.
I told you, stay off the drugs, kid.
And taking drugs!
I've heard that before.
No, I was trying to communicate with Dominico. Fucking mushroom monster or whatever the fuck it was drugged me in there.
You
And I was falling and I was fucking getting
having
choked
the
out
time
at the
of your
same
life.
time. And
You were literally splashing around, bathing in the water.
I was what?
I said you are splashing around, bathing in the water.
You can see this weird green water all over you.
I take a vial of it.
Okay?
I don't have an actual poisonous kit. I have proficiency in it, but I don't have one.
I'll inspect this later, but
Look, I know that Lear's gonna say that I was doing drugs. I'm not doing
That
drugs.
doesn't
I don't
look
know what
like
the
water.
fuck's going on. I'm freaking out.
I'm thinking
I don't know what the
perhaps
fuck is
there's some
happening
kind of poison
anymore.
out
I'm
of that.
freaking out.
Dominico, if it makes you feel better, I believe you.
actually,
Yeah,
let me
me too.
see what.
I gotta wonder how much fun you were having though.
You'd have vials.
It wasn't fun. I was
If you
falling
have
and getting
either
choked,
or,
and you guys were seeing
you
totally
have
different
vials.
thing.
Yeah, so what?
No, I'm just okay. That's herbalism.
DJ,
Good.
why are you so mean to Dominico?
It has something to do with
I know that things I don't, but
I'm sure it's a dragon. I feel like you guys didn't feel it, right? What? The dragon when it killed us?
I mean, it was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
The water was deep.
I've had worse pain at times, you know.
What?
They don't need to breathe.
Do you think this
Exactly.
is painless?
I mean, at least I have
Didn't you see under?
poisoner's
of
kit, so I
course
can
not.
handle
Oh.
poisons without exposing myself to
They wanted to
effects.
see how my brain reacted.
Oh, you do have a poisoner's
Was your
kit?
brain open?
No,
No, I have
they
proficiency
like
with
were
it.
studying
And-
my,
and
my
obviously I
mental,
have it,
like
but-
they were using magic.
That's what
having-
I'm saying. I have proficiency. I just don't
At
have
that
an
point,
actual
As
kit.
someone
I gather up my clothes
Yeah,
and get
they
them on
were- they
all
were trying to
hastily,
see
and I'm
what
like, I got a few
reactions,
questions
you
for
know,
fucking
they
people
had
that
some-
live
Where
here.
were you?
So I run back to the inn.
It was this underwater
Although I
lab
cannot
facility.
identify a poison
Okay.
It was
You run
really
back
good.
to the
Herbalism.
end.
I escaped there
Proficiency.
like
Oh no, I put on my clothes again.
You don't know where your
6
clothes
years
are.
ago.
What?
They're gone.
I-
Clothes are gone?
I specifically told
Oh,
you
it's in
that
Orsterra.
your clothes are gone. You don't know where they are.
So he's in his
So you're in your underwear.
That
Yeah.
kind of shit's going down?
Well, yeah.
You can run through town, but
think
that
all
you
the
don't know
things
where
are
your
happening in
current
Orsterra?
shirt
I
and
don't
pants
know.
are. You could just say you have a
The
backup
dolphins
at
are
the
so
end.
good.
They do.
Okay.
So you're just
Good
gonna
job
run through
for
town
most.
in your
I'm gonna
drawers.
run
Not
through
for
town,
everyone.
go back to my room, go get dressed real quick,
Look, you look so
run back down, and go fucking straight up to the dragon.
Doesn't matter how
Dragonborn.
strong, powerful people are. They can't save everyone.
Like,
Okay, you walk up towards him with your dominating figure.
oh fuck, right, go.
Okay, what do you
Your
ask? him?
dominating figure as a school.
Questions about the water
16-year-old
here.
schoolboy.
What the fuck's with the attitude?
Well, if you had seen the shit that I've seen, you would be scared shitless.
God damn it, another one. Fuck.
Do you know anything about mushroom people dragging people into lakes?
I have to call the authorities, dude.
No, it's a legitimate question. I'm trying to investigate what the fuck is going on here.
No.
Good investigation.
Do you know of anything dragging people into the lake?
Yes.
No.
He's like that.
Okay,
Are you
good? Follow-up question.
He walked
Have
in
you
naked.
noticed anything in the water? Like anything different?
Everyone's
Like,
so that you want.
anything that would make people hallucinate or anything like that?
Drugs? You on it?
For another day, like you got an adventure with.
I guess so. Like, is there anything in y'all's water?
You don't go to the docks or go into and you don't go into the water. You don't do that. It's just, you don't see people doing it, you don't do it. If you feel like some sort of force was dragging you into it, I don't know. Not my problem. Hey man, put some clothes on.
I said I had ran back up to the room and got.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I ran
Okay,
back up to the
I did
room
not
and
peep
I got
that.
my clothes back
I did
on.
not peep
and-
that. That's on me,
Meanwhile,
not
in the
you.
tavern.
Okay, you have your clothes on. He goes, okay. Can we have this conversation? I don't want to talk about drugs.
I just wanted to know because you seem like you know a lot about what's going on throughout the fucking town. I just wanted to make sure that if you knew anything, that I would be able to figure out what the hell's going on.
Sounds like you somehow got caught by the drug.
You got caught by it.
You got caught it. I don't know how. It's not my business, but it just sounds like.
Unless it's airborne, I don't understand.
Why is it
what the
always
fuck-
the gnomes? That's weird.
So you're telling me that it's all based around the gnomes?
I didn't say that. What the
No
fuck?
conspiracy.
You said it's always the gnomes.
I specifically didn't say that. I specifically said that why is it always the gnomes? Because all you motherfuckers come in drugged up. Why? Do you want to go detox somewhere or something?
It deserved no
At this time, Dominico
No,
would think like who has like the capability of, or who in the group would have the capability of distinguishing what the fucking shit in the water
I don't
is.
think any of
You
us
literally
would
saw
do
me
it.
pick up a vial of the water, say,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
expect
So
it
then
to
I
take
would
it."
run back and be like, Ren.
Okay,
what
so-
the fuck is going on?
He goes.
I'm booking it. I'm like, I need to figure this shit out. It's happened
Well,
twice.
He like you can see the Dragonborn just seeing Piranha. He kind of like grabs one of the town's guard and he goes, that one.
That
Oh
one.
no.
That one right there.
It'll take a
That's a
couple
scene that you
hours
guys
to
don't see, but
determine
We
the effects
are-
of a poison or drug.
And we already know that the water supply has been affected by
Does this look
this
like water to you?
person's drug operation.
I don't know. I'm trying to communicate with Nico, so I was trying to do whatever I could.
It's
He is a
freaking
gnome.
not even.
He
It's
is
green.
all
It's as
about
green as I
this.
am.
May I interject? May I interject? I think we should be supportive of Dominico as a party member
No.
and assume that he's not on drugs.
He is.
He just stared in the abyss, and the abyss stared back. It happens.
It never happened to me.
It happened to my master a lot, or so he claimed, but
I will say you do look at his eyes and he does look drugged up.
yeah, it's like now what I can assume and theorize is that whatever happens to the giants out there, the frantic giants, if that's what's got them crazy, maybe the same thing is happening to Dominico, and there is a connection. Maybe his known biology makes him more susceptible to it. But we could let Rin
All
test
right.
the water.
Alright,
Well,
here's
let's
a
not
thought.
assume our friend is on drugs.
It might
Intentionally.
actually be because he's short.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have this disadvantage because you're usually riding in her bag, but because he's lower to the ground, maybe he's inhaling it more because the extreme weather might be causing the water to evaporate a little bit, and maybe he's just getting more of an intake from. Maybe we need to get away from the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you may have unintentionally gotten drugged up.
Again,
That's what I
this
was
water
saying.
is as green as I am.
You do feel an accelerated heartbeat. I'll say that much.
Alright, well, it's gonna take a couple hours to determine what this water has and what its effects are.
We run the town.
Well, we can also learn from that. Is what might be producing, by the byproducts of it, and using that. It's possible.
Are we still on the docks?
Yeah.
We're this puddle of water.
Well, I would be moving away.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
we're-
conversation's slowly moving away from
Yeah,
the
since we started talking about it, we would be like backing away from
Yeah,
it.
we'd be moving away.
Yeah.
Maybe we should let the guards people know to not let anybody near.
They
the
probably
docks.
already know.
Yeah.
That's why no one else
Well,
is here.
the guards-
It's literally, like, I think, like, clear.
It is.
Yeah, like, we're the only fuckers here.
Sitting here in this puddle.
I feel like they should have more
Flopping around
listeners
it.
out. Have you heard any town criers saying anything about it or anything?
Are there any signs posted?
Yeah, any warnings? Hey,
Make a perception check.
hey, don't touch water. Don't go near water.
Don't go to the docks.
Don't have introspection in your water.
It's a dirty 20.
30, 20. You do peep a sign. It's not completely obvious, but it's somewhere near the docks. Just kind of takes a little looking. It goes, water is dangerous. Don't swim or get near.
You might not have seen it, but there's a sign.
It wasn't completely obvious.
How high was the sign compared to me?
It's not something that would like, oh! It's up there. I'm only about a couple feet higher than you.
Oh, that's not a very obvious sign. Now, you actually have to look for that shit.
Yeah?
Like, okay, we definitely need to talk
Dirty
to John.
fuck.
We need to talk to the mayor about these fucking.
Do I need to talk to the mayor? Show me the mayor.
You're being a bit racist.
This water is no.
Okay. So stupid. Okay. For thematic sakes and for how we want to run the rest of the session, we can do all that stuff later.
Yeah.
We're going
That'll
to
be a passive thing that happens when the first guard I run into, hey, my friend accidentally got into the water a little bit earlier, and I've noticed that when we tried to get him out, he got affected by it. I think he needs more signs, more obviously posted.
Yeah, gnome size.
Of all heights.
Why would you care that it's no side?
Exactly.
He would have nodded. He would have nodded for you and basically said, "We'll try to be more aware."
That they're
Just a
producing the
small note,
world.
got a little bit.
Gotcha. Yokie dokie. And we're going to expedience this as you guys make your way out. No dangers amongst the wildlands is actually kind of clear once again. And
Maybe the heat's driving away all the wild.
Well, we eradicated them.
basically, would you guys be headed straight towards the dungeon? Or
Yeah.
would you
Yeah.
be headed towards the dungeon?
Yeah.
We should head towards encampment.
Oh
for
yeah,
our
just in case
cha-ching.
they found the horde.
Yeah,
Okay.
for our cha-ching.
Okay, I get you. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Need monies.
Okay.
Cheese.
Unless we're doing that along the way back.
I mean, you guys could.
We'll check it on the way,
Yeah.
because it's possible one of those items could be useful.
Yes.
If they did find the horde.
Yeah.
If
Well, we don't need
not-
the money right now. 'Cause
If
that
it's a
was spaced
2-minute
out for no reason.
Yeah, we
It requires a 2-minute
time.
time to be
Exactly.
useful because you don't have that kind of time to waste.
Yeah.
Uh,
So just for the magical items right now, and that's it, no?
yeah, I will just tell you right now that they have
Nothing
not
right now?
recovered it yet. Yeah, he would have let you know that like by the time you guys get back, or within like maybe about 10 to 12 hours, it should be here and available for you guys.
Okay. So we'll make our way then.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Good
So,
luck.
Send us on our way.
Alright. Okay. Before we enter, we're dealing with shadows apparently, so we should have light. Lots of it.
I'm gonna pull out my torch and take off the hood.
Let's see if I can get you.
Not torch,
Whoa, like
lantern.
hooded torch.
Yeah, lantern is what I meant to say.
my hooded torch.
I just picture everything he pulls out coming out of a hood.
Well, it's got I usually, whenever I'm traveling, I usually have 2 backpacks, one over one arm, kind of like, because I carry a lot.
You're the type of sure.
I just have a bag of holding, so I just pull a torch out of the bag.
Oh wow, look at
It's a
you,
burning
you got
torch.
a bag of holding,
No.
look at
Well, it
you.
couldn't because there's no oxygen in a bag
Yeah.
of holding, so it actually instantly, you could always put,
And
best way to put out a fire, throw it into a bag of holding.
Mhm.
Cover an alchemist fire when you put it
Oh, I
into
do have
the bag
I
of
do
holding,
have light I can cast,
and then take it out. It's automatically lit.
An ever burning torch.
but like
Ever burning torch, there we go, just simplify it.
Exactly.
Shaped like a wand of Orcus.
There you go. There you go. It makes sense.
I only
So-
say that
so a
because that's
flail.
specifically
So
what we found in Icewind Dale is a
Yeah.
replica
Flail.
of the wand of Orcus.
Replica, quote unquote.
It looked like it, but it was only
Yeah.
a ever burning torch.
So a
So-
flail
Okay.
torch.
If we want to look at the map,
Replica. Cool.
for thematic sakes, when you guys arrive towards this cave entrance, you guys do notice amount of different variety of fungi that like
Fun
kind of.
guys.
You got the marker, so I can clean up the some of these lines.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they got kind of got
There's a
smudged.
red one over here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know where the blue is. It's
Just
somewhere.
clean up some of these
Also,
lines.
while we're doing this, and while I'm kind of talking about the ambience, if you guys want to grab your minis, you don't necessarily need them now, but if it comes across where we're going to need it, having those in advance would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll have a little. Oh, when I'm on his shoulder,
Because I have light, I can put the light on a staff and hold it on the
Yeah, above him.
But since I'm on his shoulder, it'll actually let me glare it.
Yeah,
It
totally.
does have a limited amount that it can go, but yes.
I think
Absolutely,
light has
it's such a
it's-
it's
I
such
think light is
it's
basically
very
charged
useful.
20 foot bright,
Yeah.
20 foot will
As we get
dim.
into the cave, you would probably just cast that.
Nico,
Dominico would
So
look at
cute.
Yeah,
I love
Dominico.
that.
Dominico would look at all the mushrooms and be like, I've had enough of these fucking things for a lifetime. Get me away from
Oh,
them.
should also
Oh.
probably ask Dominico if he's okay.
There's a fungi is like completely layered all over this cavern. As soon
So
as you
was-
like start walking through,
Fun
So
guys?
we're dealing with shrooms.
We're
Any
dealing
of
with
them
fun guys.
poisonous?
what's up?
Any of them
They're all
poisonous?
hilarious. There's a lot of voices.
Any of them poisonous?
Maybe not. There's a different. It's really hard to tell unless are you
you
known
trained
to
in
know
nature?
about mushrooms?
I just know if and
Okay,
I
cool.
can make a check. It's a pretty
Make a nature check with advantage
okay.
because I do imagine your character knowing that.
Poisoners. I'm a
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So just do it with advantage, and then I'll tell you. And then thematically from now on, if we're talking about mushrooms, you're the guy to go to.
nature check.
We don't.
Oh
even
wait,
do-
I have intelligence now.
unless it's something,
sir.
unless it's a mushroom that is completely foreign and something you've never seen before, I'll make you make a check. But for the most part, you'll just know. Yeah, you would know
22.
that there are a variety of these mushrooms that are poisonous.
I'll note them. Maybe grab them on the way out.
We have the chance to grab them on the way out.
Right. Because right now it would take too much time. We want to get
Just something I always.
right now.
perhaps you should grab a couple now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to.
There's
Maybe
enough to pick.
if this is, yeah, I'll go ahead and cut a couple of them. Cause I just had an idea that this might be where they farm
Their
this.
product.
You know, I'll just quickly grab a couple
Gotcha.
different variety.
All right.
I'm not gonna
Cool.
inspect them too close right now, because again, we want to get through this as players. We want to
I got you.
get rid of this problem.
As you guys are slowly starting to make your way through, so you harvest a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. Just note that you have. You don't need to make a check.
Poisonous shrooms.
As you guys are making your way down this little cavery area, as you guys are picking up your minis, I just want, you don't have to put it in a certain area, I just want marching order. So how do you guys think your marching order would be going into this
Given
game?
my
I'm always in the middle.
perception, I'd probably go closer to the front because I have a decent perception. It's not the best, but it's decent.
Okay.
My position will always be on his shoulder until combat starts.
Understood.
I have
Yours is the easiest.
Mine's
I have a
easiest. It's
15
always on top of you.
perception. What do you got, Chris?
+5.
I think, unless
I hear
you
what you
want to be
said,
up front.
so-
What,
I just natural perception is 15 for me.
Yeah, so that's mine as well.
okay, so you probably are going to go at the front. Who's going to be behind
Or
him?
you can sprint.
We got Lear at the front. Nico,
Me
you'll
and-
be behind Lear, or you want to be behind Lear? do you want?
No. Usually it's me and him.
Plus, I can deal with traps.
Me and
rather
him.
well.
On the rear, and then him in the middle, right?
Okay.
You like being middle,
So
right?
from what I'm given, the marching order is Lear, Dominico, PJ with Nibbles, and then you with Ren, and then our impaired friend. Okay.
Oh, would he actually have natural night vision too?
Sure. DP is dark vision.
Yeah, wouldn't he? Yeah.
It's under your features.
2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing a couple of minutes.
Really good perception in a dark cave.
Like,
Probably
Mouse
folk
probably
should have
put 'em all
dark
a
vision.
little.
Yeah, they should. Let me check for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You actually check if you have that
1,
as
2,
a feature.
3, 4,
Should be.
It should.
I mean, it's not. It's not
4, 5.
important right now,
Everybody's there.
but
Yeah, we have enough light, so it doesn't matter.
Like,
You have to
there's
stop
light
light
might
actually
actually
throw
throw
off.
off night vision.
light doesn't require concentration.
That's
Is
right.
that coming back? Or?
No.
It
Oh,
lasts
no,
like-
he went to
It's the cast.
Okay. Process.
Why did July not come back?
She started getting a headache and she started getting tired, so she was just like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay.
I had her check her blood sugar before we left, or before I left, and it was like 120.
Do we have 8 here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more. Since there's Actually, no. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of you right now.
We lost 2.
Joe
we lost Joe
and
and
Joe.
You're
Todd.
right. My brain. My brain was so fixated on the 8. So that's what my brain was thinking at the get-go.
Yeah.
So we do have everyone.
They
That's
don't?
6. So we have them in the marching order.
Hey,
I
I'm
assume,
not the
right?
only one without dark vision.
You have nimble dodge. I don't even know. What
Prince.
I probably just something.
I can take it from here, but where did you put the starting area?
Remember we
Oh
did
yeah, the
that-
first floor.
Well,
The first floor we don't
it
have.
says-
No.
Gotcha. Never mind. I'll let you know when this
So
comes
we
into
open
play.
up to a T section.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I just wanted to make sure because I forgot that we didn't put the first
Yeah.
one in.
We did not.
Okay, so this place is layered with mushrooms, and as you guys are starting to come down this path,
No, it just doesn't give me more information.
you guys just hear like the drippiness of water. It's just the smell is musky. It's almost swampy feeling at times. Kind of just walking through it. Sometimes you'll occasionally
That feeling when you have hypersensitive.
step on like a really like wet area that kind of like make your socks wet or some shit
This
like
is
that.
why I'm sitting on his shoulder.
And then eventually, as you guys are walking, you guys are met with a crossing. So you guys stop, and then there's a left path.
Oh, that's just doing this.
And then a right path.
Left is always right, right is always wrong. That's a lesson learned.
Sure.
I mean, didn't they teach you in Dungeon Delver school?
Yeah, we always go light, and we keep along that path until we come across something, and then we double back if we need to.
Huh. I heard from a friend that left is always right.
He was probably wrong. Did he die young?
All right, here's
no.
how we solve this problem in my way. Heads is right, tails is left.
So I'll go evens.
Here, I got a coin.
Even better.
Oh, another one. There you go.
What do we got?
I'll go heads.
Heads.
So right it is.
Right?
So right it is.
Okay. As you guys flip a coin to determine which
Such a
direction to
small
go.
coin. It's like flipping a dime.
Yeah, all right.
It was just on the ground here.
You guys make your way down this right path.
Don't keep quarter.
And as you guys are walking through, still musky, nothing seems to be different.
I'm
As it-
checking for traps too as well.
Okay, go ahead and make a.
Well, he's up front, so he'd be looking first.
Investigation.
True enough. I mean, whoever's looking for traps,
I
look for
do
traps.
that just because I'm a dungeon delver. In all honesty.
I mean, you can do that as well. Let's just say let's say you both do
21
it.
for
You
looking
get
for
caught in a
traps.
trap. I get caught in a trap.
Let's say you both do it. So 21 and then who else? What'd you else you get?
17.
17.
I'm also a scout for the dungeon delver, so
Yeah, at times. So
for most of
both.
my job.
But if you got this, he's stealthy.
Yeah.
So
I
both?
I actively 17.
Yeah, gotcha. Which is crazy. You guys technically both work.
I got an 18. I was looking.
You are in the front.
Yeah, but regardless, no traps detected. You guys look around, you don't see any ropes or any little knickknacks or
Is
maybe
there
like
any
invisible wires.
Sound of activity here.
It doesn't sound like anything at all. It just sounds like emptiness. It's almost a little creepy.
Dripping catacombs.
How like weird
Yeah,
this
my
atmosphere
little
feels.
ears that would have pretty good hearing would be twitching a little bit, but like nothing. Yeah, which is scarier than something.
I'll
Yeah.
lean back to the group a little bit and go, it's a little bit quiet.
Yeah, you're better than me. at it.
Just a little
I don't
bit.
wanna-
I clench a little bit
Not really.
closer to
Have to admit.
the jailer.
I reach down, I grab what I think is a rock, and just be like, should I
Hey,
throw it?
no. That will
That's not
that
how
will
you do
warn
it.
them.
That's
Trying
why
to
we're
stay
here.
quiet.
Literally.
It's quiet, and that's the problem.
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
if there was any traps, it'd be pretty noticeable with all these mushrooms. Or very unnoticeable.
Huh?
Unless the mushrooms are the traps.
It could be.
It's so good then.
Are any of them able to be made instantly, like a fume?
I'm not quite sure on flammable. I just know if they're poisonous. Unless I do know if they're flammable.
You know, roll an awesome check for me. Roll d20.
No!
That's such an interesting concept. Roll d20.
I mean, there are fire toads. So
Yeah, there
in this
are.
world.
It totally is.
13.
One of them is.
Oh god.
That one?
Oh.
And it does seem to have like a little flame coming off of it.
Well, at least it doesn't look like it's meant to be fumigating the area. So at least we're good there. It just looks like a... What kind of... is on fire.
I mean, the
Uh,
bad ones.
I've never dealt with mushrooms. I've dealt with
Well,
magical
there
items.
was lots of heat here, so it could like absorb.
Can I look and see if there's like any doorways or anything like that hidden among the mushrooms?
Doorways?
Secret
Yeah.
passages.
Like secret passages.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Don't need to make a check. As you like look around and touch some of these mushrooms, first of all, as you're doing that, I want you to make a
Constitution.
Or wisdom.
let's just stick with the wisdom check. Is a wisdom save.
Which,
Fucking shrooms are gonna make me fucking pissed off, okay?
which
Yeah.
leads me to believe.
15.
15. Okay, yeah, you're good. But as you do, you feel your hand go over one of them, and you instantly are reminded of that similar effect that you had earlier.
Do you know? Say that.
Nothing of sorts seems to be activating traps, but or any doorways. But I like where your thought process is.
That leads me to believe that some of these mushrooms are used as a player. Unless he says something I don't know the character.
You just see you.
What's wrong?
He's talking to them. It's
That
another
mushroom.
thing.
That mushroom.
Mushroom juice.
I feel like that mushroom is probably an ingredient of whatever the fuck is in the water.
Like, that makes sense.
I've already picked
I
up
mean,
a
it
similar
does.
mushroom.
It's
that
mushroom.
one.
It does. Fucking no.
You pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm being my character.
I take it you have gloves,
Dominico,
right?
how do you
Right,
feel?
right.
As a poisoner, and I
Don't-
assume
don't-
that you
don't take me
are
seriously
used
as
to
a
picking
player
up
like
shit
that.
like
At this
this.
point, I've got
So you don't have to make a check.
playing to understand what it's like.
And you grab one, and you have them
Mushrooms
for.
in the water, it's
Yeah.
disconnected.
I'm gonna test all of these later. To make sure that, see if these are what's poisoning or drugging the.
Like how late? Like you mean like
I'll tell you
in
what.
bed or like
I'm gonna take a
before bed?
dagger while we're sitting here and it's
Hopefully,
eerily quiet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Later.
grab out my
Because,
water flask.
it
I'm gonna
takes a
pour it on
couple
the
hours.
ground in a puddle, and I'm
Right.
gonna slice off a bit of that
And I
mushroom
don't
and
think
just
you wanna-
scoop
we
it
don't-
into
we
that
wanna
water to
sit
see how
in
the
this
water
damn-
reacts.
No, we actually don't.
As you
Yeah.
as
It's
you
Very
do that,
delicate and slow
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
motions and covering my mouth and everything.
got you. As you do that, you do see a bubble wheel, but like
Whoa.
Does it turn green like the green?
it does turn green.
As
And I'll take my hand off after a moment and go, or I keep my hand on and go, there we go. It's definitely
as I saw him doing it, I'm just oh hell no.
Oh, just like
Maybe later I can create an antitoxin.
Yeah, we can look at something like that. I'm gonna move past. Keep your mouth covered and nose covered while you're moving past it. I don't know how much you can keep it.
So I'll take my little hat off and go.
You just see me grab like a little cloth.
I'm actually just gonna
out
pull
of
my navigator up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see me grab a little cloth on my backpack and
Just
just wrap it
like-
around my face. Oh, sorry. Nope.
It's not.
No,
I'm not
really.
charismatic.
He's not.
I thought you'd be like, this is scary.
I look scary.
How fucking scary I
It
am.
is natural
You'd be terrified.
scariness.
But when it comes to actually implementing his scariness,
Exactly.
he's not great.
I don't use my features to scare people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys
I don't-
continue moving, or are you guys still like staying
I
stationary?
don't see myself as scary.
I think
I know
we're moving
people
on.
like react.
You guys are still
negatively to
moving
me.
now?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I always just
As you guys are
negative.
moving,
Like,
you
I'm
guys
not
eventually
not
hit
scary.
a dead end of sorts, but you do notice that there seems to be almost a, let's see, what is it technically called? I want to use a technical term here.
A
Shaft.
A lever.
Oh yeah, the shaft.
Definitely.
It's really
Yeah,
weird.
elevator
That's
rings,
the
like
actual
messages.
name for that kind of
It's a
stuff.
lever.
But it's literally like an
Yeah,
elevator
go
shaft.
figure.
But there doesn't seem to have like any buttons or anything like that. It's got one of those pulley ones.
Device doesn't work.
Should we double
We
back?
don't have
Check
strong
the
people
area,
here.
or just this is fine.
I think
I'm sorry, you said it was like a chain style pole.
Yeah, of an elevator shaft.
It's like a dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw any other options. I was keeping a pretty good eye on there. Didn't seem to be any other options other than a
I mean, there was
shaft.
a.
There was just the other path, but you
Oh yeah,
guys,
there was the other team.
technically there's another path, but that's up to you if you guys want to even go there. This is just what's in this direction.
This is right.
We can keep moving forward.
Nibbles. I will pull up a tiny pebble. How long does your light last for?
How long would my life
An hour.
last for?
An hour.
Question.
It's gonna.
It lasts for an hour.
I don't think it's.
And it's not concentration, you said, right?
Oh,
No,
this is-
I think the light lasts
It's a
for an
cruise
hour.
trip.
Yeah, they say the time.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Not on your
1
stuff,
hour.
yeah.
Its duration is 1 hour. 1 hour duration. So 1
Yes,
hour.
sir. 1 hour.
An hour. And it's a cantrip, so you,
Oh, so I light the rock so you can throw it down the tunnel.
No, never mind. We don't want to leave a light down there. It'll know.
Yeah,
but if
no.
he recasts it, that light turns off.
Yeah,
He can only have
Oh, yeah.
one light.
Just to let you guys know what direction it goes. You guys look at it, it does go up.
It goes up.
Yep.
Well, he's on his shoulder.
Have we been going steadily down? Or
Actually,
is it the side of a mountain?
so sorry.
Yeah.
It does go down.
They're sublevel.
I'm sorry. There, it goes down.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to confuse you.
You're fine.
But light can only be cast on one object at a time.
Well, you guys have a torch, so he could extinguish his light for a moment and then put it on the rock. But the thing is, if he drops that down the tunnel, it might alert me.
I'm aware.
But that's what
why-
he's trying to say is, you
If-
drop it down and then immediately cast on something else.
Oh, that light will go out. Yeah, no, that's smart. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, you're right.
So-
You would know that, but
I don't know the light spell.
I would know that.
You
as
would
the
know
one
that.
that casts the light spell.
Right, yes.
Correct.
Yes, your character would know.
My character would know to do that. You know?
So
That's
at
why I
this
said
point,
this all
like
out.
I'm
So
hearing
how long
them
does
talk
it
about
take?
this, and I
an
my
action.
mind was weird,
hour.
and I'm just like, why not just send me down? I can turn into a fucking dragon, and there's danger down there.
yes, but
I look at you with the mental link, and I say in my head, how consistently?
who's to say you don't die when
If you die, I don't want the Sky Orphans coming after my ass.
Yeah, literally. You don't need like.
And this is I think he mental linked for this
No, I know
conversation.
that. I'm just
I
like,
mean,
I'm not down with it.
Yeah. So this is an internal conversation. I respect it. I think it's noble, but I think it's also stupidly dumb to risk your life for something that you don't know how consistent it can be. Plus, you're not very small in that form.
it's true.
Good cause of Cave.
yeah, it goes from small to medium.
Yeah, I like flick him in the head and I'm
Wait,
like,
no.
listen.
No, it is
I know
so-
you're
yeah,
no,
this
I,
is tough, yeah.
yeah, I know that. It was like you're known conspiracies, trying to just what you're trying to make a little cave in and smash and kill us all. No, it's not gonna happen. Not on my watch.
I mean, technically, I could climb down if necessary.
I could too. I actually
Could
prepared to
find
climb.
technically scary down the line.
I actually have climb speed.
Yeah,
Because
but you would need hand and foot bolts. I don't.
Oh, that's right. You suction.
Right. It's like I'm climbing claws.
Well, I can also use pythons and stuff. The pythons
Now,
are-
a question about your
Down
character,
the
Kyle.
hill very well.
Can't yours technically
Yeah,
just
technically
glide down
can
if need be?
do that. I would still make you make a check, but I would give you advantage.
And the mouse part could
There's
go
one
there.
I could
Yeah.
climb down.
Technically.
There's
I think
two races
I'll
that
give
give
you
you
advantage on
glide
that if you
speed,
did that.
and
I could have had a
That
glide
was
speed. I
just
chose
some areas.
Mhm.
water breathing instead.
and the other one is playtesting.
Okay, so
contracts.
vampires have different abilities than
I'm not a vampire.
He's just
half
he's a
vampire.
damn fire, which
I'm a
is
damn fear.
a damn fear.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what
which
it
is half vampire.
Okay.
There's other stuff to it.
But yeah, I do have spider climb, so I could climb down the shaft without
Like,
having to
does
activate.
this have a wooden platform, or is it just a straight?
Is the platform here?
Yeah,
The platform is actually here,
yeah,
and it's so we would actually have to lower the platform to go down past it.
technically. Yes.
Is there any hiding spots like on the platform, or is it just a plank?
Nope, just a blank.
Imagine those mine shaft elevators where it's
I'm just
it
picturing
might
the
there might be a
ones.
cage, there might be a door. I don't know.
Yeah, getting lowered. Yeah.
Is it cage?
Because I was kind of.
Cage
kinda
like
Let's
a
lower the
mine shaft?
elevator with
Yeah,
nobody on it.
there's a cage there. Yeah.
What if we lowered
Like
it a
if
little
there
bit?
was like somewhere like, because he's small enough to where if
Or
he
we
could
could
like
do
cling
that.
onto one of the bars
Does-
or something like that,
Does
there
this
was a bar.
elevator take up most of the
that-
shafts, or is there?
All he would have to do is
Why are we
just-
spending so
I mean,
much
there's
time?
some
Just
room
go
for
down
a medium
know.
creature to
Because
technically
we
go
don't wanna
down.
die.
So it does
I know,
take
but
up
at
most
this
of the
point
shaft,
we've
but there's
talked
room
about
if you
this
guys
for
wish
15
to
we're
climb
staring
up.
at this elevator
The
shaft
thing
for
is that
15
if
minutes.
We've already learned it.
I'm going to
there
climb
right now.
down.
I mean, we're not talking quiet.
Well,
Yeah, we are.
It is an echolocation, so like it'll
Yeah.
still like drop down.
Well, right now,
Yeah.
the reaver would send it back to us, and it wouldn't actually travel past this shaft
Well, the thing is
because the
we're
elevator is
taking
acting as a sound
We're just
dampener.
taking like a lot of time for this, but he's right.
Yeah.
In that sense, we are just talking about it.
We've been staring at this
Yeah.
elevator shaft for 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going
I
to
think it's
climb
great,
down.
personally. I love
Okay.
it.
And I just start climbing down quietly.
You're gonna climb down? Okay, make stealth check.
Hey,
You have to squeeze past the.
You just get
shaft.
sick of us talking.
I did say there was
It's
enough
not the
room for it.
elevator.
Yeah, okay.
mental link with him.
Got it.
That is a dirty 20. I
Okay,
believe.
you climb down without making any sounds. You're used to it.
How deep is it?
How deep is it? It's around, say you guys are going around, I think there's actually a number for it. You can check.
Because the mind link only has until like
You have 30
feet.
feet right now.
Yeah.
10 times level.
Yeah, so
And that's part of the reason why I decided to do it is because I've got a faster movement speed.
Yeah.
Because my climb speed is equal to
Down
my
one
movement.
level, the
See,
level
I
will
would be the
probably
slow-
be
I would be the
around
fastest.
80 feet down.
Okay, so your mind link would cut off at the 30 feet.
Yeah.
So it
it
would
would
then
continue going.
continue going.
Gotta go all the way down to the bot to where it opens up.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna actually go down past that. I'm gonna kind of get down to the. Because I'm guessing that it's gonna open up into a chamber or a hall. So I'm gonna just kind of peer down over the corner of it.
When you do look around or look down or like get a little sneak peek, you do see what seems to be a lighted area with a couple of pillars keeping this area up. A few different doors in this area. It seems to be like a rectangular different shape to this little chamber area. But yeah, it just seems to be a lot. It opens up to a different area with a lot of different pathways.
Okay, but I don't see anybody.
Does not seem to be anyone in that room.
I scurry back up.
Terrifying.
It opens up into a chamber with several doors, but I did not see any movement down there.
Interesting.
So we should be safe.
So we should be okay to go down on the elevator.
I'll check the other path before we do. Just to be
Careful.
safe.
It's possible that it just leads to another elevator shaft on that enters on the opposite side of wherever that is.
Sure. I can make it quick, quiet. While you guys start prepping the elevator and going down. And I can follow suit behind because I can climb down the chains.
We will miss you. I'll have a pop guide for you just in case.
Because if
I'll
we
run
peered down
really
that,
fast if I get into trouble.
if we peered down that other path, it probably seemed as straight as the other one.
That's what this would be.
Like they both seemed
And
pretty
then
straight.
knocking down
Yeah,
everyone.
and there's no
Along with
bend or
myself.
anything to that. It just seems like they were made for straight.
And
I can
knowing that
figure
it
it out.
probably is just another elevator shaft on the other side.
Potentially.
My thought.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be a entirely different thing.
Yeah, we rolled on the DMG guide, so technically, breaking the meta, of course, a little bit. We and the Dungeon Masters guys, Prince did help me roll up the generator for this, so this is all generated dungeon for this area. He doesn't know what's in it, but we
It's him.
papped it out. So yeah, what are you guys doing? Are you heading towards that area?
I mean, you could
Clear?
keep with, Chris?
What's up?
Are you heading towards that area there?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I do have dark vision, so I don't need a torch as long as there's some light.
There is some light. It might get a little iffy when we go down, but in this area, it's
Actually, even complete darkness, as long as it's not magical, you can still see.
Yeah, sure.
technically. Yeah. It's just a little,
It's considered dim light.
yeah. So as you go down to this area,
As long as we don't have to worry about
it does
the door,
open to
fine.
what seems to be an iron door of sorts. Towards down to the left path, you continue going straight, and you hit what seems to be an iron door of sorts.
Does it look to have a lock on it?
Nope.
I'm gonna take my knife and test the handle a little bit. Never making actual contact with it.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be trapped, but I love it.
Does it open?
It just opens, yeah.
I'm gonna very slowly open, and I'm gonna just slow test it to see if the door creaks at all.
No. The iron sturdiness of this door does not leave a creak.
I'm gonna very slowly open it here through.
As you.
It's gonna be like a half open and an eye through.
Okay. You seem to see what can peer through. Make a perception check. We'll just make it easier. See what you do see in this door.
That roll. 9.
9. You do see what seems to be a desk of sorts. A couple of different books are scattered about. It just seems to be like a little dim light, but maybe just a room with.
Does it smell damp in here as well, or is it?
I mean, it's not as damp as the other area, but there's still a sense of like a small sense of mushroom-like smells.
I'm just gonna ease it open just a little bit, peer through, make sure there's nothing that looks to be like signs of warding or anything of the like. And if I see nothing like that, I'm just gonna say this quickly so that way I can
Yeah,
get
go
out of
for
the
it.
party. I'm gonna give a quick look around, see if there's anything quick, noteworthy, check some drawers, check some false bottoms, do some quick searches, and then get back to the party, just make sure there's anything quick and valuable.
All right, just roll a base investigation check, and I'll tell you what you find.
Yeah, good one.
Of course, it's good.
28.
You can't have the word investigation without Chris right next to it. He rolls well no matter what his modifier is.
I have a +9.
I mean, normally you have a good modifier, but even when you don't, you just seem to roll well on those checks.
I always stat for investigation. It's my style of play.
But it's also very smart too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, they're running everywhere.
One of the most useful
You
stats.
quick, I mean, like basically, you do kind of like
Well,
scan through like a couple of different papers. These papers seem to be old, dated, worn and tear, like they haven't seen the light of day. A couple of the books that are here seem to be very old as well.
So this looks like to be a previous owner, not current owner.
Yeah, from what you can tell.
Anything relatable to what this used to be for? Is it a mining?
Yeah, you can get the sense that looking at it, you can see some paperwork for some
Some
previous.
shipments of whatever
Yeah.
material was shipped in and out of here.
Mhm.
Mining logs. Okay.
You can also see what seems to be claw marks occasionally through the areas. From you do, and I will say this, I'm not going to give a check for it. You do know that this was an old cave after it was originally whatever it was.
So this was taken on over by gnolls.
It was
and
then
they-
no cave, and then whatever it is previous. Right now.
Okay.
So this is the quote unquote no pay.
After that quick just search through, making sure there's no valuables or any coin purses left,
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back and climb down the shaft to the party.
Okay. Back to the party. Basically, when they're done with, when they're back towards, when you guys hit the floor, pretty much second floor, you guys are opened up to what he saw previously. You can see an open area. There's still a crap ton of mushrooms. Mushrooms seem to be growing from every orifice of this different cave, and the smell is starting to become putrid. But you do notice the columns. There are a few different pathways. I'll show you in specifically what they are. It is essentially a rectangle 80 by 20. So Prince, which one is the 80 by 20? Is it this one right here?
It's the one with the little.
The stairs.
Okay, so you guys can start to put your minis down.
Yeah, I won't be there quite yet.
Nope. I just want to know what they're doing before you get there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, because I actually have to reply to this.
Go for it.
Yeah, what do we see then?
Yeah, you guys just see what seems to be a few iron doors. Let's see.
That's the reason I also keep a lantern at this point, is because of lamp oil can be used to oil the doors.
Yes.
Or just set something on fire rapidly.
Or set a door on fire.
Yeah, I guess.
something
So
on
on
fire,
these
that
short
includes
walls
doors.
right here,
Exactly.
Fuck doors.
on these
Doors are.
on the short walls, you guys do see what seems to be some doors. 2 doors on each end of these, and from the long walls, one passageway basically this direction and one passageway this direction.
Oh, so these stairwells are actually,
Yeah. They're actually technically like an elevator shaft. It's just what they kind of use as the design for any kind of stairs. We rolled to see what kind of stairs it was. It was an elevator shaft.
Okay, so we're coming out of here then.
Essentially, yes.
and then what remains is these 2 options and then the 2 options on the side. So a
Exactly.
total of 4
So,
options. to
so
us.
you might be like, because we have to fit everything on here, you might be right here and then here, depending on where you guys are going, but like it's all dependent on exactly which direction you guys choose to go. But this is the starting area technically for the map design.
It doesn't really matter. We're probably like sharing spaces at this
Mhm.
point.
I mean, like, you don't, this is just for thematic 6, if we, for some reason, decide to split the party or anything else like that. This is just so we, as a collective unit, can remember. Whether it comes into actual activity or not, we'll find out. What would you guys first be doing when you get to this floor? Before Lear arrives.
I would be looking around, trying to see if there's anything that I can distinguish as potential danger or traps.
Traps?
Yeah. I would be making a comment on this situation.
Okay.
Maybe sniff in the air and be like,
If I were a mouse of lesser stature, I would be loving this right now. But as a mouse that grew up in civilization, God, this reeks.
I know. It's just like, like is it really getting to you? And it's just kind of have to like slightly breathe it in. But if you breathe too much of it tastes. You can taste it. You can literally taste this shit.
Well, I will say,
Now
as
that
being
I'm-
a rodent, I'm not too bothered by all of this.
I understand. Yeah. Like, if I were a rodent, I probably would be fine. But if I were a gnome, I would hate this place.
Now that I'm down here and actually know that it's relatively safe, I want to actually really take a good look around. Again, kind of searching for traps, searching for maybe secret passages.
Okay, so the two of you can make me a perception checks. If you want to do investigation instead, I'll allow that. So either perception or investigation, whichever one's better.
I guess I can.
Who is our perception lord here?
Unless he has expertise, I'm pretty sure I have the highest.
You have higher?
I mean, I have 15 naturally, but
I've got +4 in my perception.
I have +7.
I got +5.
Oh, that sucked.
+3.
So you're getting an enhanced
That's a
ability.
7.
A 7? Okay.
Just gonna roll
What was your
anyway.
modifier?
You're getting all wisdom.
Oh, wow.
Sky, what'd you get?
Enhanceability, not.
I got a fucking 12.
Oh, I don't
12?
see
Okay.
shit.
I'm just too obsessed with the smell right now.
Right now, I'm just having these two roll.
Yeah, I can't roll a 3 anyways.
From now on, I'll
Looking
probably
around,
do-
it's really hard to tell if there's any traps here. It doesn't seem like there is any. This area seems to be pretty docile. You do, as you are now kind of like trying to hear and peep things a little bit, using your passives. This is just what you hear with passives.
And that adds 5 to my
You can
passive.
hear some distance,
Advantage adds 5 to your passive.
like
If
you
have
can hear
advantage
some
on your
noises.
perception check,
That's
adds
something you
5
do
to your
peep that
passive.
wasn't above when you were on the first floor.
And if you
So you hear noises in this,
adds 5.
at least on this floor. From
Yeah,
from the
that's
vicinity
great.
that you currently are in, it does not feel like there's any threats.
So my passive right now is
So there's 2 iron doors and 2 passageways.
Can I discern any kind of direction that those noises are coming from?
Unfortunately, with that check, probably not.
Makes sense. Too echoey.
Yeah. It's starting to become, weirdly enough, like in areas like this, the noises start to become like meshed together too. So it does take a little bit of skill. At this point, you would arrive, as they are currently like looking around, seeing if there's anything strange in this area.
I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm gonna kind of creep up a little bit, as quiet as possible, making sure I'm visible to you guys, so we don't get scared suddenly.
I thought you could jump scare PJ.
No,
PJ can't get
and I'm just gonna lean in and go,
I am the
very
jump
quietly
Yeah.
go.
There's nothing valuable in there. Are you sure? Did you check any dogs?
I checked the floor spotters and everything. The usual result. Old foreman's post for the mining
It was
expedition.
4 men posting.
The person in
You should
charge
have
of
gave me the fucking head thing. See, I told you I don't know what that means.
the person in charge of the miners used to work in there before the holes were updated.
Okay.
The person who was in charge of the people picking the rocks and taking them out of the cave worked there.
Okay, so what? Is he still there?
No,
Just giving her
that was like 20 or 30 years ago, and then the Knowles moved in.
I don't know.
That's really funny. That is really funny.
Or at least we don't know where they are, and now we're dealing with whatever's here.
Oh, damn, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of hands. That's a lot. That could be miners here.
PJ, it's not.
The dogs here.
PJ, yeah, what's up?
This was a door directly across from us?
What?
There's a door directly across from us?
Okay, well,
There's a lot of noises. What'd you say?
Was there, this was a door?
Yeah, the ones actually on the short ends are the doors, and the ones on the long passageways, or like the long walls here, are passageways. So
Okay.
the long, just to help things out, the long walls, passageways, the short walls, doors. And they're all iron doors.
Maybe we should just get going.
I'm gonna go down here and try and listen through the door.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Aren't you gonna dampen the sound too much?
Well,
Maybe, maybe not.
I'll go to the this door over here and do the same. I'll go to this door over
Anything-
here and do the same.
Okay, do the same.
The AC will definitely travel.
That's gonna be an 18, 16, sorry, 16.
16? Okay. What are you looking for, buddy?
I'm doing the same thing. He's
Yeah, I'm
doing.
just-
On the opposite door.
Gotcha.
20. Give me a second.
No.
23.
23? Okay.
I can do
Let me
math.
make sure.
with the vent, right?
That is with advantage. 22.
Enhanced ability. for him.
We do have these numbered, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Most of them, I see 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't know what this one
That
was.
was 2.
That's 3, and this one's over here is 2. I'm assuming, since there's no
Yeah, it looks like there was a 2 right
Just
there.
making-
Right,
just making
off
sure.
the- so that way we
Just making sure.
write it here or something. Yeah.
That works. Whatever is way to tell the difference. Okay, so you currently kind of listen through the door, and with that perception check, you can kind of hear a little bit of. Yeah, you stop.
Yeah. Constipation.
You can hear voices from that area.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, muffled noises, that sound.
Muffled noises, but it does sound like there's something making audible noises.
Right, that's definitely something alive.
Yes.
So I slowly, quietly back away from that door.
You don't hear anything on your end. It does sound like dead air.
Something behind that door over
There's nothing behind this.
I'm gonna use the time at this moment and just so that way I can inaudibly say this and kind of just sign out like what kind of what kind of noise do you think? Well, you could say whatever.
No, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
there. Yeah, well, I'm gonna reply in thieves can't signing is like, don't know, but something alive.
And nothing.
Because too
Yeah.
muffled, too quiet to discern what it was actually was.
So is there a big plane behind them?
And then I'll look over and actually I'll go.
You want a tuna fish then?
Why? There's something alive on the other side of that door.
We should make it dead. We should make it dead.
Fighting will cause a lot of noise.
That never does that.
But if we start a fight over there, we're gonna make a lot of noise and alert something. I'll look over at you. Hear anything? Sheriff did it. It's quiet. They'll stay quiet. Hopefully. Where there's things living, we know there's a problem.
So, kind of
Well,
what
I
we're
mean,
doing.
if we're in their drug operation, we used to expect hostility.
Yeah, but
but
we
we're-
want to avoid it as long as we possibly can.
Makes sense, because you want an opportunity to sneak attack whatever's behind that door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That will be a fight, but we don't know what with. If it's something big and what we're actually trying to kill, perfect. If it's not, then we just wasted our surprise.
Right.
Yeah, we fight the whole dungeon,
And although we're walking through with as much light as possible, we're still trying to be quiet when there's not anybody around.
Yeah.
Crazy, we have to move yet.
Because we know there's shadows, living shadows somewhere around here.
Head towards the dead door.
Possibly.
Quiet door.
The quiet door? Okay.
We
There
suspect
is a
that
lock
there's
on
shadows.
this
I'll lean down in front and start trying to pick it. Like the second I see a lock, I'm gonna first look
Yeah.
and like move my knife around it to see if there's any inscriptions or any magical symbols or sigils.
There's nothing on
Once checking that, I will like this will be like passive things I do. I'm just announcing it because
It's
the
a
lock.
skill
Understood.
block.
Okay, it's best to say things out loud.
Infantry.
that is a little rough. That's a 13.
A 13. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have proficiency in that, so 15.
Okay.
You got these
As-
tools?
as-
Yeah, thieves tools. I forgot I had proficient. My brain said sleight of hand for a second, but it's actually a thieves tools check, so that does have
Sleight of
proficiency.
hand.
I mean,
with
it does make sense,
Yeah.
but you gotcha. You do.
So 15.
You pull out one of your lock picks and you still start to work this a little bit. Occasionally there'll be a time where it almost feels like it's about to break and you just calm your breathing a little bit.
Feels like a security fence.
And then after a little while, you can almost feel it breaking, just like, I have to try here. This is my only chance. And then you end up unlocking the door. Good check.
Gratifying flip.
Okay. I'm just gonna slowly remove it and set it on the ground,
Gotcha.
and then. I'm just gonna point at the wall, just in case. And I'm gonna slowly open the door and peer in.
Okay. As you open the door and you like look to see what's inside, it just kind of seems to be
That's enough of
a chamber of sorts. I believe it's chamber B.
We don't have a B, Caleb.
2.
We have two.
A B 1 2 C D E C 13. Okay.
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 Alright, if it's 13, we'll go to the unlucky room first.
Oh, okay.
Now, I have proficiency in sleight of hand. Would I also get the proficiency for thieves tools unlocking the door?
I think we just.
Or they don't stack?
They don't stack.
They're different
Oh.
proficiencies.
Yeah,
But
it's
essentially
understandable.
speaking, the same thing. So
Yeah.
if you are proficient in sleight of hand and in these tools, the same.
It pretty much is.
Well, we always get proficiency in thieves' tools.
Because you never know what that's
Rogues.
going to
Because you
end.
just
Right,
So if
well,
you-
it's
if
an
you-
automatic being a rogue.
Yeah, so if you.
It's given to us.
Yeah, if you don't have proficiency in sleight of hand, it doesn't affect your ability to pick locks.
Yeah.
But if you get proficient expertise in sleight of hand, I don't think it affects thieves' tools.
No.
You
You can take
open
expertise
you,
in
you
these
open the
ones.
door and make a perception check.
Instant.
Taking the lead.
9.
9? Okay.
I rolled a 4 again.
It does. When you look around, it does seem to be like you can see what seems to be a couple people hanging. Well, some of them are corpses.
I'm gonna very slowly close the door and the second I see corpses, just because I don't want anyone to say anything in there who sees a door peered open. And I go, I'm gonna back away from the door a little bit. There's people hanging in there. No chance.
Yeah, it's like a chain.
Hanging out?
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there so
Look
confused.
at
Like,
what I
what?
saw. I'm actually saying this loud at this point.
Yeah.
That's odd, because you would think in that kind of area there would be a guard posted outside.
Maybe they're because they're cheated. They probably test substance.
That too.
Most of them look dead.
That's
They don't need to have a guard and they don't think anybody's gonna come in.
Yeah.
But what if they escape?
Crazy fuckers.
It's more guards in that kind of area for more if they escape.
They look, if this is a drug operation, they're probably too drugged to do anything.
Possibly.
Test
I just-
substance.
Just usually see guards posted around that kind of area.
She might not have the manpower.
Maybe.
Yeah, we would have seen some.
You also have to think there's been no guards this entire way. They're now pretty
Or they don't have the manpower.
or they don't have a manpower.
Alright, well,
But what little, if they were worried, what little manpower they had, they would be using this for just be able to.
So, the more important here is.
Send a giant to them, so they probably like.
Dealing with the giant corpse. Oh, that's true. The giant might kill a bunch of them.
Exactly.
The giant elderly bloated out. That means situation.
Yeah, the other two.
Now we don't want to get greedy with that knowledge. might have died today.
Do we want
I
to?
want to take a good look down this
So have
corridor.
you seen any signs of the giant being dragged in? Because that's what they said originally for the mercenaries.
I mean, it showed signs outside of it being dragged in, but when you guys look inside, either it's been cleaned up or there doesn't seem to be any tracks like that.
They just cover the tracks, but not outside tracks, just inside tracks.
That's what it seems like.
When the fungi grows so quickly, it covered it automatically.
There's some things that kind of would just be obvious to you guys, and that's one of them.
Or maybe the mushrooms, the fungi grew because of the giant's blood.
My brain says that maybe the mage has Tensor's floating disc
With that.
Yeah, it could be.
with an odd corpse on it, kind of just balanced a little bit. It would still, like, if she moved up enough,
Yeah.
could
They could
cover.
have just dismembered
How
it.
big is this? How big are these hallways actually? Because this is a large creature, a huge creature to move through.
Yeah.
Is the storm giant huge or large?
It's technically, I think,
Huge.
giants are
But if you
huge.
dismember it, it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
exactly
could,
large.
you could cut it up into
Yeah.
how many pieces you want.
Exactly.
And then collect it all,
Little
like the
track.
bulk
Because we
blood.
did give them like 3 days to do that.
Yeah, they would have had some time to dice and slice it.
Yeah.
But do we want to go down or do we want to go?
Well, I'm taking a good look down this corridor here.
Or isn't that
Make a perception check.
Isn't that a elevator?
Actually, don't need for making a perception check. As you're looking down one of these hallways, it does seem to be like one of those straight ways, like originally before. It doesn't seem to be anything completely, but immediately right there. There doesn't seem any remnants, just mushrooms along that area. So there's nothing obvious down that pathway at the moment.
It kind of winds a little bit.
Yeah,
So these look like they might have been mining exits.
essentially.
So,
Do we try these 9 possible mine shafts? Or do we test our luck here?
There are dead people there. There are caves here. This might actually be a good option to deal with here, because sound shouldn't travel down those winding hallways as easily through the door once we close the units. We have to get that door closed quickly once we enter.
But they didn't look back to us going down. Yeah.
We were pretty quiet with everyone we made. As quiet with the changes we could be. So
okay.
let's me and him will have the door first, so we can get in quicker and quieter, and then the rest of you follow immediately afterwards. Doesn't matter how quickly we do anything. The second we're in, you guys follow.
Keep your eyes on Bob.
Which door are you guys going into?
The one that had voices.
Okay. You guys trying to sneak in, stealth in?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
one does have a lock.
You want me to attempt it?
Yeah. And I'll just have my short swords ready,
Okay. Go for it.
posted up against the thing, listening quietly.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, no problem at all. Also make a stealth check. See how quietly it is.
I'll also make a stealth check, so I'm gonna try and sneak in after him.
Shit, my stealth sucked.
At least you have.
That's a 14 on the stealth.
Okay.
I'll put once I see like the movement be a little bit sloppy, I'll put a cloth behind the lock so it doesn't bang against the door or anything.
Yeah.
So that way nothing reverbs through the door.
Gotcha. You guys get the lock open. Doesn't seem to be any, from like hearing on and hearing to see if there's the noises like ramp up or they get like audibly jolted. Nothing. Guys pretty much feel like you guys have stealthed enough to potentially get something off here.
I'm gonna very gently open the door and peer through. Very gently, and just kind of just get enough to where there's a crack.
Oh, yeah.
You can see these weird creepy creatures. They have like this weird greenish tethered to their already brown in skin. They have their hyena-like faces, but it almost looks like mushrooms are growing off of their faces and stuff, and certain portions of it. And you can see like their eyes are like almost like a permanent red, as they are kind of like sometimes they're either minding their business or fighting with one another essentially. As one of them is like punching, just goes over and punches one of them in the stomach essentially and starts fighting. A couple of them start fighting. It looks to be around if you're looking into it. Make a perception check.
Not bad.
All good, man.
15. I've been like, alright, let me get up next to the door. I'm not the most perceptive one here.
Neither am I.
It does look to be around like 5 different of these hyena-like creatures in this area.
Would I know them to be gnolls?
Yeah. But
Is
they don't look gnollish. They just they're clearly gnolls, but whatever is going on with their body and skin is just disgusting. Almost like they're being experimented on. You can see one that's just like kind of like counting his gold a little bit. Why? That's not enough! You stole from me. And they just occasionally will start fighting one another. Yeah.
Does there look to be anything else in the room? What size room is this that I'm looking into? Give or
Okay.
take?
Let me
would cover the entire
make sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this room 3?
This is the
I don't
room
know if
3,
we-
correct.
I don't know if
And
we
I
might-
believe if the dimensions are
second level
correct
spell.
to this
You need to
chamber.
fifth
It's a
second
sphere
level spell.
room,
Mm-hmm.
and it
No,
is
third level
approximately,
spell, fifth level.
looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60, or 30 feet
Yeah.
diameter.
Yeah, 30-foot diameter. So yeah. When you do look into this room, what was your perception check again?
What's that?
What was your perception?
15.
15? Okay, cool. That's good enough for me. You do notice what seems to be not even a door, but like a pathway that's leading in this area.
Okay, so I'm
This
seeing
way.
through this way, and I see this door here.
Yeah, and it looks like it's. Yeah, actually, it's not a pathway. It is a door. You're right. Sorry, you're right. This is a door, and it looks to be an iron door.
I'm just gonna ease the door closed for a second. And I'm just gonna go. And then I'm gonna say approximately, 10 feet. And then I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna sign what would be the finger spelling of null. So that way I can communicate the word null. And I go. And I go. All right, we go in.
Inspiration.
That was the quietest.
Sorry.
Whispering silently for stealth attack.
No, it was great.
I mean,
This is
you
the
should
first
make
time they're getting a
whispers.
chance to do this so far, so
Yeah.
they're living it up.
I mean, it's, given our
It's,
last
it's
situation,
what
I
our,
understand.
it's what our
the
team
lore.
does well with, so we
Yes.
have to take advantage of this.
Yeah, you
There
guys
are
are-
5 medium creatures
We,
in this area.
we do not have the ability
Hey,
to
2 of
take
them are.
anything,
I
so
actually
we
have
need to
2
kill it
actual
quickly
gnolls in
and
my
quiet.
I
stash.
should go
That's
in
awesome.
following shortly after you
Yeah.
guys.
So which you are? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically you're literally the perceptive king right now because of.
Since we're doing
No,
that,
this is like a perfect
counter charge
situation. I can
open.
stealth, I can
Yeah.
perceive, and I can take
Yeah.
the hit.
Exactly.
So forget your quiet folk as well.
Quiet folk.
You're
I don't have
quiet folk.
expertise like you guys do, but I do have proficiency with max dex.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me edit this real quick.
I'm just not you. Like my brain says, oh, I'm a rogue. I should be the one scouting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whereas you actually probably make a better scout because of your perception. 'Cause
Well, I think my perception's probably better than yours. I got a +4 in my perception.
I have a +5 actually.
Alright.
I have a 3 in wisdom and a proficiency in it.
I've only got a 2 in wisdom.
So
I see. I should have probably.
before
made
we
something
do
like
what
that
we're
down.
doing, what do you guys? How do you guys proceed into this?
We're gonna walk in as
He's
quietly as
higher
possible.
Than me though.
Is this approximately? Would this be approximate
He's got
layout that
4.
he's
Yeah,
Five,
let's,
yes,
let's just
7.
go with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, once we're inside the door, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not-
I can sneak behind somebody. I
So
can
yeah,
use
we're
them
gonna
as
walk-
cover.
It's
Go
gonna
in-
get cluttered real quick. Let's say that much. This
Yeah,
chamber
I'll go here,
does.
you go
They,
there,
they
since we're
are.
already-
I'm gonna
Yeah.
if they're immediately visible, I want to use them as cover to stealth in.
Okay, that's if they get immediately visible. You're stealthing, right?
Yes.
Into the room. Roll some stealth checks. good. Okay.
It was a 12.
That is
Ooh!
It's a 20.
Let me make a
with
check.
expertise. That is a 10.
So that's a 1.
You got a nat 1. At least I rolled a
At
3.
least you didn't get a nat 1 and a
I
critical.
got a 20.
You got a 20? So you do hide behind them. Okay, so what happens is
18.
you guys just have the same mentality. Here we go.
Well, we're saying you guys rush. We're gonna do the quick sneaky attack.
Oh,
And we kind of bump shoulders as we're going in.
Yeah, you guys have the same mentality. You guys are just like,
we
let's
missed
do this. Oh!
Yeah.
We do a countdown and we don't communicate which one goes first, and we accidentally go at the same time and bump shoulders.
And then I just
Yeah.
kind
And as you guys bump
squeeze.
shoulders, like your shoes slowly start making a couple noises. You're trying to like recover a little bit, like eep! And then one of them does look. What was that? You
And then
want
I use
treasure,
your-
huh? I knew it.
And I go,
Scavengers around, huh?
and I go, oh, wrong place.
We're rolling for initiative.
I was gonna say, I
get
just stabbed one of them in the back
As
with
I'm
my
saying
dagger.
this, I'm like stabbing one of them.
You know what? I'll give it to you. Okay.
Actually, no, because I'm not. Actually, if that guy is there, I'll try and attack him.
I'll give it to you.
All right.
You're the one that would be able to make the attack.
That's a dirty 20,
Yep, that would hit one.
and it is.
And then we're rolling for initiative, so you guys gotta tell me your initiative.
Damn, that natural 1 and natural 3 on the
Yeah, that's
hit.
fucking.
Yeah.
That is the. You did
got a
all that
natural
work
one.
just for that shit to happen.
You,
Alright,
got
so
a
it's-
natural 1.
Yeah.
He takes.
No, on my stealth to get into the
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, getting ourselves, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he got a 1, I got a 3.
They take 14
We have
slashing.
expertise, which is a +9 for us.
Yeah.
And we got a 1 and a 3.
So that means he's got a 10, I've got a 12.
And then you guys from out of nowhere just see me just come behind and just slash the guy that you pump up next to you.
Okay, we're gonna go one by one. What was your initiative?
12.
12. Sir Dahl's initiative is 12.
I
Leah,
go
what is your
last.
initiative?
13.
13. Dominico, what is your initiative?
22.
22. Nibbles, what is your initiative?
17.
17.
I need to get to level 11.
PJ, what is your
as quick
initiative?
as possible
14.
for reliable
14?
talent.
Rain, what is your
Or
initiative?
what?
6.
Reliable
Six.
talent.
I mean,
if you have
kind of makes
proficiency in
sense.
the
A little
skill,
bit.
and you roll less than 10, it's counted as a 10 automatically.
And then they will roll.
Probably one of my
Initiative.
favorite abilities in the game.
That is.
You have time to show the skill whenever you make an ability check that has a proficiency bonus. You can treat any d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So good.
That's
So
all
good.
roads, right?
That's all rogues. That's a natural rogue ability at level 11.
Yeah.
We also get mind sense at level 14.
It's dude. They just get so much shit, dude.
Will they become the perfect rogue?
Essentially, yeah.
I got
You
Ghost
just
Walker
kind of
level
wish that they
13.
kind of thought did the same mentality about like all the cool stuff that you could do with rogue. With
I forgot they get
with some of the other
saving
classes,
throw
but you know,
proficiencies of 15.
you take what you can get, right? All right, Dominico, you actually rolled first on initiative. So
As a bonus action,
course
I
he did.
can use the same plus the form on this one.
For real? Oh, that one is bloody.
You can hover and.
Oh,
that's
shit.
what that is.
Which one's bloody?
This guy. You see me just. You don't see me, but you guys just see me just like slice through like.
Keep in mind the parameters of this area.
It's just it's
So basically,
difficult
it's
terrain to move
I
through
need
allied
to not
space.
get hit moments. It's
Yeah,
like
because you have to
any
technically
dodge,
go
you
through a
dodge.
door that is currently
Okay, so-
kind of.
Nah, you
This
can't
door
dodge
right
it, you
here?
have to dodge action.
So this door and this door are technically
Connected.
adjacent. So you step through here, you're automatically here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But to go through an ally space is difficult terrain, and you technically cannot move through a enemy space unless it's like 2 sizes larger, of which they're not. I think that's how the ruling
Is there
works.
one time we
Yeah.
saw
Okay.
I mean, that's what we'll go.
Well-
I believe that's how that goes, but I don't exactly.
That just makes
remember
everything
about
fucking harder.
Yeah, that's why this is
Spade.
what makes dungeons so much more difficult than normal battles.
It's just because of their sheer size.
Yeah, it's literally just you are in compacted spaces all the time. Sometimes you'll get lucky and have a little bit more space than usual, but most of the time you don't.
And it'd be like that.
It would have been ideal if the fight was in that big room.
We could draw it out, but or we can't. I mean,
Okay.
Well, they don't seem to be very strong because
That's a 9th level ability.
I sliced through it pretty quick, easily.
Other advantages of having advantage on saves and
But it could have
those
resistance to
saves.
non-magical
saves is
weapons
pretty
or
nice.
and non-silvered weapons. I don't know Knowles.
Nibbles, you are on deck, so think about what you want to do.
figure it out. Where do you want to figure it
Okay.
out?
I mean, we'll figure it out pretty quickly if when somebody has a non-magical weapon.
That's like all of us.
Well. Fuck.
Getting it out of the second creature and first
Would I be able to dash around you or no?
I mean, technically, as an if you use it as an action, if you action dash, you could technically get by them,
Kill anyone today?
but you wouldn't be able to bonus action spell or anything like that unless it specifically says you can do that as a bonus action.
Basically, you made friends with
I
death, so
mean,
you just
you
randomly
could
gives you souls
just
now.
use a ranged spell that requires a save that requires you to just see him.
And that would be kind of ideal here, but we'll see.
As long as it's not shadow.
So I
Shadow would
could,
be a bad idea.
so I could potentially hit this guy in the back.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you could maybe see him
You could potentially hit one of your teammates with a spell since it's a door.
if it's an attack spell. If
That's
it,
what
if
I'm
it
saying.
requires a save,
Save, it's different.
right. That's why I suggested a save spell.
It's one of those things where unfortunately rolling higher than you did, being the first on initiative is a little bit of a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why it sucks for me being going last, being stuck right in the doorway.
Strength save.
Strength save? We're talking about earthen grip, earthen grasp essentially.
Yep. While I'm not able to do much, I can at least try to.
Pin one down before he can get to us.
Yep.
What's the DC, my friend?
14.
I can tell you right now without looking at modifiers, it was a natural 16, so it does pass.
Oh, okay.
But it still does take half damage,
It
right?
still takes the damage. Are you aiming for the one that he attacked immediately?
No, I was trying to pin this one up.
The one on there in the corner?
Yeah.
It will take half of whatever you roll.
2d6.
3d6. Takes 3 damage.
How much?
3 damage. That's half.
Damn.
It's only 2d6.
I understand, but still, sometimes.
Yeah. It was not
I mean, the
a high
max
roll.
you can get is 6 on half damage, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And about. You can see what seems to be like
Too bad
a
they don't
weird,
have total
slimy, gooey mud slowly start to turn, or like slowly start to wrap around one of these guys' feet, and it slowly goes and starts to like freak out a little bit, and it manages to get out of the grasp a little bit, but you know, its ankles are hurting a little bit.
This is should.
What are you gonna do next? Unless you don't have any cantrips that are helpful in this scenario.
Can I burn my reaction to shout slime at what just happened? Like a creature or like some type of, I would say monster, and look at the ground and point at the ground, trying to draw their attention away from us for a second.
I'll allow a deception check. And maybe one or two of them.
I mean, I could kind of use the slime that's in my little knapsack.
It bounced back. It bounced back from the 20 to a 2.
You gotta love it, man.
Feels bad. What were you thinking?
That's a
I can
5.
technically use the slime that's in my backpack to like go distract.
You can't do that as a bonus action.
Fuck. Okay.
Good, and it says you're too far away.
You can bring that out
Yeah, but you can do
in the
that.
dungeon if you want to, but I don't know if you want to rely on something you have no idea what it will do in the middle of it. That's your call.
Yeah, that's true.
Just do that.
Okay, well, this is a save. Con save.
Con save? Okay. 18.
Fuck! No damage.
Yeah, cantrips are all or nothing.
Yeah, you like that, you like that, you like that.
Okay, Nibbles, your turn.
Alright, Nibble's eager to redeem himself from the last battle. Decides
Who wants to cast magic missile at level 2?
Okay.
How many monsters are in the room? Because I know each target.
Technically, it's,
You can go on the same target or on separate.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
on separate targets.
you want to go on separate targets? Okie dokie. I'll get to you in a second. I'm just letting you know that you're undead.
My personal
Okay.
recommendation, focus firing down one is the best option because if you kill one, it no longer connects players.
You're,
So
you do what you
focus firing is usually a better option unless you have only the option of AoE. That's my personal recommendation.
There you go.
Unless your other people in your party can do a good job of cleaning up.
You do what you want.
Pepper is my card.
I'll actually focus on this. I don't know how tough it is, and see if I might actually focus on one.
Since you're doing it in level 2,
That
how
is
many-
5?
That is 5 darts.
No, wait, it's
Four.
4.
4? Okay.
It's originally 3. Yeah.
Originally 3 months.
So you're focusing all 4 on one target. Which target are you attacking? Just point at one. Do you want to go for one that's already been damaged,
Just
or one
where
that's
you are, these two,
We gotta remember,
one-
he's
the
gotta
one in the
keep
front-
looking through.
the one in the
The
front and the
door.
one in the back are the ones that are hurt.
Yeah, but you really
Three
can only
sword
still
damage.
3 those 3.
Probably this guy.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Gonna cast.
One that's already hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one that's already hit in the back, the
Okay.
one that Nico hit.
Are we doing like we said? Are we doing rolling d4 separately?
I mean,
Up to player, I'd say.
yeah, his call.
You wanna roll the D4 separate between the attacks, or you just wanna roll one for all of them?
I'm gonna just hit the cast again for one.
And then, hit that one for the damage.
Hitting, yeah.
3.
So 3 times 4 is 12.
Yep.
12 damage to that one in the back.
It is bloody. How do you imagine this spell is casted?
Well, it's got like blue hair. I got.
No, you can just.
Since I'm kind of sitting behind him, I kind of envision this being sort of cool, where because they're guided, he's all like, okay, this is my chance. Because he didn't get to do anything in the last fight. So you see him fire, the arrows kind of race past you guys, whoever's near the doorway. This weird angle and hits the guy in the back. But just the way that he hits through the air, you kind of surprise
Yeah.
the little guy and throw that kind of firepower for a moment.
You see these strange arrows come out of his wand and just pummel this guy in the back a little bit. He's just taking back. Oh!
Should do that more often.
Fuck, man! I was
Yeah,
gonna try my
chance you
god! I
got more
dropped my gold!
Good. Chop out of it.
You should pick that up.
No.
That's
No.
not wrong.
I'll steal it if you don't.
Wait for your turn. No. No.
Also, I still was on DJ's shoulder when I did
Exactly.
that.
As you should.
Technically, you are. Thematically, it would be, it's fine. Anything else you're doing on your turn?
I don't know if there's
If you want to.
Cantrip action, you don't have to
Cantrip
move.
action, maybe. Honestly, I could cast a firebolt.
That's a bit risky.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna do anything on that.
We don't usually use cover though for most things. Do we want to apply it here?
I might. I don't know yet.
He suggested that using an attack spell might hit somebody, so.
I did say that it might.
It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, no. Avoid
There
it.
you go.
Then we had the DM that his rule was if your roll missed and because it was of the cover, that's when it hit somebody else. As long as it beat their AC.
That's
it
actually
hit
not a
the-
bad idea.
It hit the cover that was preventing it from hitting.
Yeah.
Let's say this. When it comes up, we'll see how I want to go about it. But that actually is a very good idea.
The only downside to that
What do you do,
was
PJ?
whether it still hit
I-
still followed your AC.
Right.
I just go.
Lyra, you're on deck.
But in that case, it would be more like it would
Um,
clip off the armor and wouldn't do any damage. So it would technically still hit, it just wouldn't
I
be strong enough to
transform,
penetrate.
and I go.
As he starts to transform, I actually leap from her shoulder. He's like, oh god!
Okay.
Oh, you're in the water. Oh god!
I just go. Feel out, night.
I'm just sitting there, I'm going mortified.
As I kind of like imitate their little null thing.
I'm gonna take a deep bump to sanity.
Well, none of Otto's irresistible dance, and you just make them all do thrillers. That'd be
That would be
hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah.
But marking this one, since I can see this one,
So-
a little thingamabobbin. Marking this one right here.
Okay, so a new
Little
target.
thingamabobbin.
Okay, gotcha. What are you targeting him with?
Just marking it.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'm just gonna blast him with a distant whispers anyway.
It's a wisdom save.
Yes.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Look at the minus 2 to this. 14.
Ooh,
Just
that does
passed.
not pass.
Oh, that's right. You have full. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bard.
That is 15 damage.
Oh, shit.
And he runs
To that one
away.
target?
Yeah,
Which target?
that one.
A
he
brand new
runs
target.
back.
That's hilarious.
They're all just gonna go down real quickly, aren't they?
Don't
All
No.
3 of the things that you have attacked so far are bloody.
Yeah.
But you guys have been doing a decent amount of damage,
Got
so
it easier than that dragon fight.
there's that too.
And as I cast the dissonant whispers, I just whisper abyssal madness into his head.
I knew it wanted my gold. Fuck you. Get out of here. Starts doing this.
He's like bleeding from all orifices.
Demons want gold now, huh? I see you, demon. I'm gonna back away into this corner a little bit. Fuck you. You want my gold. I know
I
you
want
do.
to back away
I
into
know
this
you
corner.
want my gold.
Trust me. I've been doing that since I was born.
As it's like right now in the corner, just like.
Fuck you, I'm getting my gold. I don't know if his fear is working well on the monster, but his fear is also working well on my character. We're trying not to look at PJ right now.
Anything else on your turn, PJ?
Wow. And that is my turn.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Okay, Lear, it's your turn, Serdal. You're on deck.
That is a 19 to hit the. I'm sorry, not 19. 20. Wait, what? My brain is messing up.
It
It's
hits.
okay.
Yeah, a 20 to hit the null right here.
You hit that fucking O right there. You hit that fucking O right there. Everyone's been hitting that one, right?
They've actually not been hitting. They
That
only
one had 14 damage to it. That one's already bloody. With 14
Oh yeah,
damage.
because that was the one you first
I
attacked.
couldn't see that when I saw the one in the
You're right. You are right. This is the first one.
14 damage bloodied it.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm just gonna burn my sneak attack and save my bardic inspiration for the other attack. That is 18 damage to this one.
How do you kill that one?
It's just a quick. As I'm talking to the one, I will just quickly step around and stab one sword behind me into that one while engaging the other one in front of me. With my actually, I'll disengage off this one,
Okay.
and I will disengage off this one and move to here.
Okay, good. Because once it's on the ground and you can see its entire body just like. So who was around that? Was it you?
When
I know you weren't, because you technically
during
disengaged.
killing blow, or does it happen immediately?
Does not happen immediately.
So I'm the one that
It happens
hits.
on the end of the person's turn.
So it's my
It would
yeah.
be you.
Dex save.
It's a dex save.
So it takes like half to a second for it to actually.
Yeah.
24.
24? You just take half of this.
Alright.
2 damage.
Duh.
But you can feel some acid start to spray you as like this weird gooey ickiness from this creature just
So
splashes.
move away from the corpse when you kill it.
Yeah.
As you should.
Good to know.
I positioned myself poorly then. I'm gonna take this damage
I
with
mean,
you, but that's fine.
wouldn't know until it went.
That one hasn't been hit yet though. So it'll
Well,
take
I've
a
already used my disengage action to move to here. Does it still continue throughout the turn? I'm not gonna worry about it. I
Yeah.
end my turn.
It does, yeah.
disengage.
Disengage.
I
is
ended my
disengage.
like if it happens at the end of my turn,
Yeah.
it exploded at the end of my turn.
There you go.
So
Yeah, it happens at the end of
so
this
I'm
turn.
there.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have known until.
Until I got there and it
Yeah.
exploded behind me. I was like, oh,
Okay,
fuck.
Serdal, it's your turn. And then it
that's
is the enemy
beautiful.
turn.
Alright.
Super gosh dang low.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Gotta get rid of these things.
I give you a understandable nod.
You see, it doesn't. Do
Well,
you see how it doesn't
Yeah,
do a
you
whole lot of
see, it
damage.
doesn't really affect them
Yeah.
a whole lot. So
Yeah. No, I
I meant like
understand.
wins.
I
I meant
don't
wins
think
damage.
we're asking-
I
I
gotta
do
do
more
more
of
of
the
the
alive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly.
that matters. It's all that
I
matters.
think that's definitely gonna hit with my rapier
Spent the last battle burning on the ground.
with an 18 on the die.
18 on the die, that hits, my friend.
That's why we're out here.
This one has
They, everyone else.
Yeah, this is a brand new one.
And we have approximately 28 health points, so.
Oh yeah, that Sergal. Jeez, because I also did forget that was my fault. You get inspiration as well because I inspire when I transform.
Okay, so it's an automatic thing. You have
Okay.
inspiration.
I'm not inspired. I'm
My D8
I'm all
sucks,
inspired with
but-
fear.
Okay,
You can also have
brand new
another
target,
D6.
what you doing?
Yeah,
I
you
could.
can.
Good.
Inspiration damage.
Well, I still got my dagger attack too.
And you can also, you're trying to outright
So not
kill
just one.
That's 17 on my first attack with the rapier.
True.
You could add a little bit more just to.
Just in case you can use your attack on the next creature.
Well, no, because it's a. I'd
You'd have to do 10 more damage, probably, approximately. And doing that with a single d6 is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But a
But
D6 and a D4 maybe. It's possible.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
okay.
save it for the dagger attack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright. Did you do, how much damage did you do? Oh, you have to roll. My bad.
No, he did.
It was 18.
Well, it was 18 with the rapier,
Okay,
and then I'm coming back around with my dagger.
go for it.
Double 20s.
Double
On
damage.
advantage, double 20s.
That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome, man.
Nice.
Let's go.
I mean,
Do
you
damage.
you get to roll good today.
Do
Yeah.
damage.
And if you had the inspiration, it would get doubled.
It's
Yeah.
dead if you had inspiration alone.
That's
Yeah,
if
that's
he wants to
instantly
do
10
that.
damage.
Do you think you'd want to? That is his call if he wants to use it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's instantly dead if you do.
Well, it depends on what he rolls on this.
But I don't get any modifiers because they don't have dual wielding.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
So he's currently at 8 damage, so we have a total of 20.
How you want to do it?
Oh, that's enough to kill it. Never mind.
That he just fucking bursted the shit out of this thing. That's a lot of damage.
I mean, it's gonna burst too once
So
it's done.
26
so-
HP is what we're looking at, realm of.
So I kind of give him the shrug. Sorry. Give it a good stab through the gut with my rapier, and then reach up with my dagger with my other hand and just slit its throat.
Damn this battle.
And then
It's
I
actual metal too.
Yeah,
It's double metal.
Disengage.
Oh,
I don't need to
Disengage.
disengage.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the
because
ground.
it's already dead. I don't have to worry about disengaging. I just kind of come back over.
It does. It has. It puts his legs in the air a little bit and then just
Oh,
That's a 16
it's
on the
like a
deck.
spider, huh?
60 on the deck save. You pass. You take half.
Yeah. I figure it's gonna be low.
Thing.
Technically, its max you could potentially have, so 3 damage. Since you saved anyway, so.
I only get my command skill from the one.
Terrible.
mark, Sadly.
I still don't believe that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are.
Hell yeah. That's fucking good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. It is now the enemy turn.
There's 3 of them and there's 3 of us in the room.
Yep.
It's almost like it's perfect.
This one right here.
And this one is frightened.
Yeah, this one is very, very afraid. I don't know what to do with him
not
yet.
frightened yet.
No, these 2
No,
are
it's
bloody.
just, it's not the frightened effect, it's just like he had to move
Yeah, I
all
was
the way
just saying
back.
whisper.
Like, technically, he can move now.
Exactly.
So this one right here is just, we're just gonna go easy to hard.
Ooh, okay.
This one is going to attack you, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's. this is
I'm right there in front of him. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I do the same thing.
Dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. That'll be 7 points of piercing damage. And make a con save as it, like, digs its claws into you.
It was 7, you said?
Yep.
So it has
With a con save?
Mm-hmm. Con save. It digs its claws into
Death potion.
Yeah, definitely.
That I walked down. So
That's going to be
I have to click
a
a lot, I'm not
16
sure.
on the con save.
Poison it.
Poison is
And if it's a disease, I have
Because an
You have advantage on
antipoison is
diseases?
made with-
huh?
So if it's like
well,
a,
no, that's
made.
is it poison
Use
defense
the
that
poison
you
to
have?
make an antipoison.
Because it would be the poison defense. Would you have anything against it?
I gotta double check in here
Gotcha.
because, like I said, the Hero Lab has the UA version, which is a little bit different than what the published version is.
Technically, you pass regardless, but it would be nice to know for the
It's just 1d4 necrotic damage or piercing damage. I forget.
No, I don't have anything versus for
poison.
poison.
Okay. Regardless, you do pass. You even with that, you do take 3 poison damage as well.
Yeah, I think it's because you're not undead, technically. Like,
Right.
dead, technically.
Okay. This one over here is going to rush up to Sir Dahl as well. Is there a way that he can get to the other side?
Yeah, he could rush up to me.
Yeah. He's gonna still attack Sir Dahl with advantage.
I mean,
Makes sense.
I use that to my advantage.
Dude, I don't need a roll advantage. That's a natural 20.
That's gonna hurt.
That's alright. I can't do anything about that.
That is.
And I failed the con save more than likely.
We'll see. It's pretty low, but we'll see.
It's an
That
8.
base, that is 18 points of piercing damage,
Ouch. That hurts.
since it was a crit.
Yeah.
And what did you get for the con save? The DC
8.
is 12.
I failed.
Oh, fuck.
I rolled a 3 on the die.
Okay.
Poison.
If you would be poisoned, and you would also take 8 points of poison damage.
I'm down.
Yeah, that's what a crit will do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As this thing just digs its claws into you, you just feel your body start to pulsate. And you slowly start to hit the ground as your body and mind start to lose consciousness as boom, you hit the ground.
I guess you could heal him first, so we can technically be engaged with the enemy again. And
Okay.
then go for your attack, maybe?
And this one's gonna rush up to you, my friend. Right there.
I was gonna use a bonus action to hide, but I might as well heal him. I'll use
Because
it.
you could use it to get the advantage of flanking.
This roll 10-ish.
Yeah.
You never know how this shit goes. Goddamn. That's actually a pretty shit roll. 14 does not hit you.
Miss.
Yeah, that would be really crazy if it did. You're not a sorcerer.
I have max dex, studded leather, and a ring of protection.
Yeah, you're pretty.
I
You're
have 18
pretty.
AC.
Yeah, that'll be
For
the end.
rogue, without any magic armor, that's decent.
That is the end of their turns. Ren, it is your turn.
Bonus action, lunar, holy lance.
You
On.
getting them back up?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you can just put yourself back up. Depends on what he rolls for HP. But
Yeah.
you're back.
Not bad, not bad. It's 11.
Nice.
I'll move around.
Okay. What else
You're
you got?
just prone now. You're not incapacitated. So.
He doesn't have to make saving throws. Natural 20? Go for it. Take for tap. Literally.
I think
I
he's
crit,
dead.
they crit, he crits.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
I think he's dead. It's 25 damage.
For which one?
The one that's been bloodied.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, the guy was in the center. Yeah.
How do you want to do
heal
it?
him before, right?
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Hey, then.
So then he goes down again, basically.
Maybe. It doesn't do that much damage. I healed him for 11. It does max.
Oh, like
Yeah, it was-
11?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's only like a D4 damage.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
It's a D6.
that dude's head is
It's a
gone.
max.
Clean.
You can make the con save anyway with disadvantage. Since
The
you're
dex,
on the
yeah.
dex save with disadvantage since you're on the ground.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Prone does not mean you don't.
25.
You just fail. It means disadvantage.
I didn't want to use my lance for
Probably
that.
gonna fail that. Out of 10.
You just take 2 points of damage, poison.
Now, technically, am I still poisoned?
Technically, you still have the poison condition. Yes. Yeah. Is that the end of your turn, Siddle? I'm sorry, it wasn't over.
Yes. I
Okay,
made-
top of the turn order again. Nibbles. Sorry, Dominico, and then Nibbles. Now you technically have room to get inside the area if you want to.
There's bodies or exploded guts everywhere, but
Yeah,
you could get in.
It's all really
disgusting.
very terrifying.
Damn! I'm here, bitches!
You don't want
So
to move in.
I'm
keep
assuming
your room with
that
everybody
this
else.
one is the only one up.
No, there's one over here.
That one over there.
That one's bloodied, that one's untouched.
You know what? I'm gonna go for the one that's untouched.
You're no completely down.
You said he was down, right?
I mean, he essentially healed him, so he's
I'm
conscious. He's no
I'm-
longer making death saving throws.
Yeah,
so
I'm-
technically, you could still do healing spell. You could
Yeah,
heal
I-
him, and there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
would not waste.
Actually, no, because that's gonna be touch range too.
I would probably save the resources though.
Yeah.
Through that.
I really didn't want to use my resources, but it's not like I could go around and.
Dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Well, nice, really.
Is it a fireball you're doing?
Which bolt?
So it's a
Okay.
D12.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, D12.
That's pretty good. Pretty strong stuff.
Yeah.
Bad
Plus
spell.
it's an automatic D12 every single round after that.
Yeah. 5.
5 damage.
Yeah.
5 lightning. If it makes a difference.
All right.
Lightning.
All right. Do your cantrip. You're a fireball, right?
Yeah. Nice well.
That's just my assumption.
I don't have my fireball yet.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level.
Far
Far from a cantrip.
Go.
Dude, if you had fireball, you would literally just peek around the corner of that room, just go boom.
24 to hit.
Yeah, do your damage.
Now that's a D10.
Yes.
Okay, roll up.
6.
6 points of damage.
Yes.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope.
Nibbles, it's your turn. PJ, you're on deck.
Guess I'll throw a level 1 magic missile at it.
Okay, which one?
The
I'm actually gonna aim at this other one.
Okay, go for it.
That one's the one that has been hit before.
Do your damage.
Another one.
Automatic damage.
casting.
Roll D4.
It's just fun. And then hit the damage roll. Nice.
Nice.
Four. 4 times 3, or times
Yeah, he's doing
3, so 12 more damage.
How you want to do it?
Just kind of similar to the same time where he's like feeling really confident. He's like, alright, I got this, you guys.
Gotcha.
I'm giving you power!
Dex saves for both.
You hear for a moment, his mind goes like, now I'm the most powerful sorcerer. Boom! And he's just the same fucking spell.
Yeah, but it's almost like the arrows all centered towards this thing, and it goes ah! and like goes straight through its chest, and it
I
goes.
failed the dex save.
And then same thing
I look over at
happens.
PJ.
Anyone near that creature?
I mean, one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
These two.
whoever's near the creature.
I want to look over at PJ and go,
I
I
failed
did
it.
it, and then I kind of look over at PJ and says,
I got an 8.
You will take full damage.
I got a, yeah, I got 1, I got a 23.
You take 3, you take 6.
Can't look at you this way.
That makes sense.
He's horrified.
That's
He's
that's
scared for his
very
little brain.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
Anything else?
He's good at everything.
That's it for you, bud? Or is there anything else you want to do? You have a cantrip you want to
Can I
use?
cantrip a firebolt at the other one?
You sure can.
Alright. And it's,
So I get a nightmare fuel. That means my flames go up.
okay, that one roll a 7 for that fire damage.
That's for damage. You have to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll to attack. Plus 8 for you? No,
Plus 7. If he has max stat, plus 7.
6. Plus 6.
12.
That'll hit.
12?
Yep, that hits.
For 7 damage.
7 damage.
How you want to do it?
He's just like, he's feeling so confident after he's like,
rolls his staff unnecessarily. He's like, yeah, fire! Throws
So it
another
looks like
roll.
fire damage did more damage. Does
It seemed like that a little bit, yeah.
Beat double the damage.
We got another one.
He must look back over at PJ instinctively,
That
but
is a
then
dex
it's
save
down
for you
there.
again.
Yeah, I did it! Ah! Like,
At
oh,
disadvantage.
no. All of this is
Wow,
terrifying.
1 point of damage. No matter what, if you saved or not, it would have been 1 regardless.
Yeah.
So, 1 point, poison. And then that's the end of that combat.
Nice, got two.
Oh, yeah.
I go ahead and stand up.
That wasn't our best.
It was a little rough. A little rough.
My bad. Should clarify which one was going on one.
I'm just looking at the mouse. Just. He's feeling a little more confident. Please,
You didn't get burned alive this time.
He's like, yeah, little victory. He does a few victory.
Ba, 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 ba,
Wait,
ba,
you said
ba,
something
ba,
about you said something about treasure. What?
Okay.
I mean, I taking a quick glance if there's anything that resembles what they would call treasure.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
They had gold. We know they had at least 7 gold. If he knows how to count properly.
I'm not the guy for investigation. I got a 6.
Regardless, something would be of obviousness in there. There's around 18 gold in this room collectively.
Were like collecting.
Collectively, 18 gold in this room, and also there seems to be on one of the heads of this creature. You can sort of see like what seems to be fangs, almost like vampire fangs, like it was originally one of those creatures, but something like that. There's vampire fangs on one of them. It's got like a weird, strange. It's on its decapitated body, deflated. It's got like a weird necklace. It's almost like a bow tie of sorts that has like a bat on the neck of it.
Would I recognize this symbol?
Is it the same symbol that they saw back in the tavern? Or different?
It's different.
I don't think that guy had any visible symbols on him.
They did, yeah. It was a cult that nobody liked.
It was.
Is what I wrote
Oh, that one, right?
Yeah,
It's like a
no, it's
wolf.
not it's not similar.
I was thinking of the very first.
It's something. I mean, you can make a history check.
I think it was like a skull and bones sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wrote that.
It was a skull with vampire fangs.
Yeah,
Bummer.
that's an 8.
Basically, roll with advantage. This is kind of your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, skull pattern with vampire teeth, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I'm just not supposed to know. Yes.
That's fine.
I mean, there you go. That's what canonically happens.
I will once I notice him looking at it, I'll take a glance at it because I'm not proficient, but I have historical knowledge, especially of things that would be not necessarily undead, but random bits of knowledge from experiments.
Gotcha.
I'm not supposed to know either.
Nobody's supposed to know.
No one's supposed to know.
It's a nice
It
solid
just seems like a-
6 with a
it's
plus
random.
5.
Yeah, okay, it's not because it says it was a skull pattern with vampire teeth. It's not the same thing.
No,
It's
this
not
is
the
a
same.
bat.
Oh, okay.
This is a bat.
Bad.
Yeah, this is
And the
this is
creature
just straight up
himself
a vampire
has-
bat on this one.
Vampire-like teeth. He's got
Yeah.
longer than normal canine teeth.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, this doesn't
Okay.
seem like it's a safe thing. Just intuition.
I'm gonna pick it off with my dagger and hold it up with my dagger and examine it.
Bag of holding.
I'm gonna loop it up and just examine it and look at it and see if there's anything visible on it before.
As you just kind of look and see, it literally just looks like a bat bow tie of sorts.
I just toss it on the ground. It's nothing useful. And I put it away. I look at it. It's not.
Is there anything
There's no
else of his neck remaining?
No, but you can see as this is taken off, that like around his rings a little bit. It seems like it's
'Cause I
been there
kinda
so
want-
long that like there's almost like a burn mark of sorts that like it's consistently around his neck.
Anything?
Well, I was looking for like if there was any like bite marks or anything on his neck.
Oh yeah, so it's not something that's happened recently by any means. But
Old
examining
scars.
what's happening, you see the scars.
Can
do
I get an
wanna-
idea of about how long?
I realize it's probably not cursed.
Say
but
maybe about a few years old.
it could be useful.
Fine. And I'll scoot back up with the dagger still, just to be safe and dump it into the bag.
But it might provide useful in the future if we find something similar.
Is there anything
I
else
just-
that would indicate?
I don't see any actual use in it, but if you
What
find
this
use,
is
understandable.
In this room or on any of the other bodies? Anything different that would?
This particular node very much stands out, and because of the nature of the node, I wanted to make sure that was going to be known. Whether that is that bow tie is something of importance or not is yet to be determined.
I was just trying to-
fuck with it.
I was just trying to see if there was any other clues as to
What it might be.
what clan he might belong to.
Oh,
What brood he might come from.
gotcha.
Because being a vampire, I'm sure it's a symbol for a clan.
Yeah, it is, but like
I just don't know which clan it is. Based on my
it
rules.
could be, it could not be.
Right. But that's what I'm assuming that it would be.
That's a good assumption.
We're
All right,
good.
what are you guys doing next? This
Listen.
area is currently like
Once things
Got
have quieted down
corpses.
for the fight, I'm just gonna wait for everyone to fall silent and just listen for a second and make sure there's no more noises coming.
It's pretty. You wanna add
Make a
any
perception check.
to the party loot?
Yeah, 18 to the party loot. I'm not gonna worry about doing 20.
You have
20?
that. You have that, right? Yeah.
It does. It seems to be quiet again. Door does have a lock on it.
Son of a
I look
bitch,
at the
now
lock
I
and
got
go,
stuck in my head.
why is every door locked? And I'm gonna kneel down next to this one.
It's like they knew you were coming.
No. What's it?
19.
19?
There's a small bit of irritation, but it's still quiet.
Yeah,
How long does enhanced ability last?
1 hour.
no. It's efficient. Is what I'm
And
trying.
Peek around the corner.
I'm gonna still take all
peek
the
around.
cautions. I get pissed off for a second. Take all the cautions I normally do. Very slightly tap the handle with the knife just to make sure there's nothing, you know. And I'd like to note that it's a thick wooden handle on this particular knife, so that way it has some insulation between my hand and any possible arcing. And I do try to ground, quote unquote, the knife out to see if something arcs off of it. And I lightly press the handle and test it for that as well.
Nothing.
Alright, and then I'll open it.
I'll check it. I'm checking it this time.
Oh, you're actually leaning past me and looking through?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Because I noticed you are not very perceptive with looking around the corner.
Oh, good. It's just his style. It thematically makes sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
It's what I'm
make
used to
your
doing as a scout. I do have proficiency in it, it's just I'm not as perceptive as you.
Yeah, his wisdom stats not going to be as good.
Yeah.
Alright, it's
I only have a
22.
+3.
22.
22? Okay, what you seem to be are like some prisoner cells in here. There does seem to be like one old guy that's just got his hands there. Very skinny, old, frail guy. You just see hopelessness in his eyes, but that's what you see in this room.
Prison cells? With
He's
one
still
guy
got
that
form.
seems to stand
Does
out.
this seem to be a dead end?
Yeah, for a little while.
It looks to be a dead end of
Just
sorts.
slowly,
Alright.
like, you try and get comfortable with you being on the last before.
I'm gonna point to I'm gonna point to everyone else in the party and wave them
So
in.
that's how it works.
Short rest time.
No, I'm gonna wave everyone in just so we can close this door before I open this door fully. That way the sound gets dampened again.
Let's go. Let's get some video game tactics.
So I'm gonna close this door and I'm gonna open up this one. And I'm gonna look at you and go,
Okay.
there's an old guy in there. Looks injured, might be on death's door. I'd like to see if he's savable first and how much gold he has on him.
Hold on. At least we got to save him before we see how rich he is.
At least make sure he's dead before you take it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Fine. I'm gonna open up the door and walk in if nothing else is in there.
Gotcha.
Doesn't mean Kellen is still his gold either.
I didn't say
Just
he
the one
had
guy
to.
alive.
Yeah,
I
the other
didn't
cells
say
look empty with
anything.
locks
I just
on
said
them.
he had to be dead.
How close to death's door does he look? Does he look like he could make it back to town?
If he has food, maybe. There's no way to tell.
He looks like he might be able to actually survive the travel.
Yeah, he might.
I'm gonna look. Is he locked?
Yep. There's locks on all these person.
Or is this the only one alive though?
It's the only one alive.
Hello, friend. You look a little hopeless. I'm gonna crawl up. I'm gonna climb up and start picking one of the locks.
Make a dex check for me real quick. Just a normal dex check.
Oh, god damn it. Would it be acrobatics or just dex?
I'll allow an acrobatics check here.
11.
11? Okay. Okay. You go there and then you're trying to pick the lock?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a lockpick check now. Ooh.
Maybe you should stop bouncing it off other dice.
Yeah.
11.
11?
Sorry, not 11. 8.
8? Okay.
Yeah, maybe you should listen to him.
He's just looking at you. He's looking straight through you as you. This fucking lock! And as.
Sir Goal, you mind getting this one? I'm gonna move over to the other lock.
Both make dex checks before you guys do this?
If I realize it's causing me difficulty to actually get to this lock, I'll look for something I can use to stand on to get up to the lock easier.
Okay. It's something in the background. Has nothing to do with that. I just need to know for thematic sakes.
Okay.
You said straight dex or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
You can use acrobatics if you want to.
Okay, because that's gonna if I get acrobatics, that's a 16.
16?
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying.
All good.
13.
13? Okay.
I actually have expertise in that.
Before I get to you, make a check as well. For the lock.
Lockpick.
No, lock check. Okay. So this is how this scene goes. Is there anybody else coming into the door, or these two are just the only individuals going through? I just want to know.
I'm kind of just like following behind just to see.
So you go through the door as well?
Yeah.
I'm just there just in case I need to heal someone.
You're in the door as well?
Eyesight. I need eyesight.
I just need to know thematically who's in the room and who's not. So you two are in the room as well?
As long as they're within eyesight, that's all.
I'm not.
Okay. So the three of you guys are in the room.
I'm wherever PJ would
Okay.
be kind of next.
If I need to be in the room, then I'm in the room.
You don't need to be in the room. You see them.
I don't really care about this guy, to be honest.
Understandable.
I'm just watching him to make sure that
You do. So this is how this scene goes.
Not really. I don't really care.
There's just like a slight bit of joy like rests upon your face, and as this lock opens up, as like the bottom of the floor just somehow opens up randomly. You don't have to make the dex saves. You two do. Dex saving throws.
Okay. 18.
18. You managed to get yourself out of this area, out of whatever's happening.
Fuck!
Okay.
Well, luckily I didn't get this other lock off, so he's still hanging by one hand.
Okay, what'd you get? Okay, so this is what this. The floor underneath just opens up and splits, and then you manage to catch yourself, and you're on one
I
end.
hook my arm around the chain really quickly.
Yeah.
Like feeling
So
it,
boom
starts
over
to get
here,
my jump.
boom over here, and as you try to, you just now notice, you slowly try to get your feet up like a roadrunner style of your feet, and then you slowly fall, and as you're falling, you look down underneath, and you see this green cube.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Roll for initiative.
How much of the underneath us is that green cube taking up? Is it just a 5x5? Or is it a 10x10?
I think they're
Give
large.
me a second.
It depends
It
on
is
which
a
one it
large
is.
Makes
creature,
sense.
but it's just enough large enough for that creature to fit. So,
So the area is like a 10-foot cube.
correct.
So it kind of the way the floor opens up and then kind of funnels into this one spot.
Correct. That would be
And
correct.
how far down is it? Approximately?
15 feet.
Oh, that's not that bad. You are in a cube. You're in a gelatinous.
We're guessing it's a gelatinous cube.
Descriptively a gelatinous cube. Whether it is a gelatinous cube is a different story. But
It's a jelly of some kind.
if we kill it,
Actually, if this is a 10-foot hole, he wouldn't have dropped unless it literally
you know,
was.
the floor funnels in.
Oh, the floor funnels in. Okay.
Yeah.
The entire floor tilts in. Okay.
Yeah.
Into a 10-foot.
You know what? That actually makes sense. Both people with climbing speed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the dangers of like what rogues have to go through and shit. Like, especially
That's
since
why
they're
they
taking
do-
on
that's
this
why they do what
dangerous
they do.
role of going through these rooms and scouting ahead, because shit like this can happen. Anything can happen.
Yep.
And these fucking.
But that's part of the reason why we have very high dexterities, is so when shit like that happens, we can get out of it.
Like, most of you guys are actually good with that kind of stuff. You guys
Yeah.
can get out of it pretty quickly, but this is not. This is not good.
That's what they were designed
Well, I
for.
do piercing.
No, because if it is a gelatinous cube,
I don't.
it dissolves everything except for magical items. And bones.
So if there's magical items in there, then we have magic items.
Yeah.
If not, we
But
just
killing
fight
it
gelatinous.
is always a pain, especially if you do slashing damage.
Well, luckily it's down in a hole, so it can't really spread out when
No,
you kill
man,
it.
actually.
Unless it has a climbing
Because if it
speed.
splits, it will just split back into itself.
Okay, Ren, what did you get?
23.
Everything
23?
Yeah.
PJ?
technicals.
PJ, initiative.
Lear.
17.
17. Dominico?
3.
Makes
God,
sense.
bummer.
It does, you really got
You're in the cube, so yeah, it makes sense
Yeah,
for you
Sir
to.
Dom.
Actually, that's good because we might
I'm
be
a
able to kill
14.
it before it does anything damaging to you.
Nibbles.
8 as well. 8. I guess I was thinking next to.
You're on PJ, right? Oh wait, no, she's still transformed.
No, I jumped off when she transformed because it was.
Okay, before initiative even happens, since you are inside this thing, make a dexterity saving throw again.
Got a 9.
A 9? My.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the few that doesn't really have much dex, dude.
Yeah. Get sorcerers, I mean, they usually.
I have shit decks.
You find yourself unable to breathe
You're suffocating.
at all as you were.
So that would be
breathe.
something, as a wizard, that would be one thing I
But
want
he
to
has high
spec.
con,
as
so
a
he
secondary?
has
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
minutes before he
Basically,
starts.
because
But they need like,
AC.
damage
they need like
from
3
suffocating.
things to be good.
Usually,
Constitution, charisma, and dex. I mean,
But-
that's a lot to stat.
Yay.
usually,
Well, I would do charisma and dex
Unless
for
there's
AC
some
and for
kind of
dex
ruling that
saves.
like,
and then con
like
is the
squeezes
last.
your lungs.
Yeah,
with
and then
the
con is the
cube.
third.
It's just the
Yeah.
stat block.
Because they usually
itself.
have a lot of concentration skills, which is why they.
Does it like?
Oh, you take 17 points of acid damage at the get-go. Even before this stuff happens, since you are inside of this creature.
Alright, hold on. I'm down to 13.
You still have more than me after that last fight.
Okay. Ren, you can see from the other room that the floor separates, and then Dominico just goes plummeting.
Is
That's-
the floor still slanted?
Yeah, it's still like this.
No, but he's talking about.
The floor slants downwards, right?
Yes, yes, I get what you're saying. So yeah, technically it is still slanted, so you guys could technically walk.
How steep?
As I fall,
15
I'm
feet.
just like,
Is it like smooth or is it like?
It's smooth.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me, but I was just asking for their sakes.
You know,
Or his save.
basically what
Yeah.
we're trying to find out is, can everybody actually walk on it if they don't have a climb speed?
Because if you try and walk on that,
Okay.
Will we slide down as well? We're trying to avoid sliding down where Dominico is.
I get what you're saying.
Does it feel like we can move freely on this, or does it feel
It,
like
it, it
difficult
feels like
terrain?
it feels like it would probably be difficult to read. Now thinking about it.
Okay.
For me, it's not gonna matter.
I understand, but this is for everybody's
Yeah,
sake.
that's what I'm saying. For me, it doesn't matter one way or the other, because I'm gonna be able to walk on it. just
That'll
fine.
probably be difficult terrain given how.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anyways, I'm gonna climb down.
Well, you're a spellcaster, so you should be okay with being above ground and doing whatever you're
Yeah,
doing.
you're gonna be, you wanna stay basically where you're at and cast down into it.
There's not really anywhere to hide. And it's got senses, so.
Okay.
So, I attack it. I kind of like climb down, attack it.
Okay.
I do whatever I can. I mean, I don't have advantage or anything, but let's see what this does. 24 to hit
24 that hits.
for 6 damage.
6
Oh.
damage.
And
Bummer.
Is that slashing or piercing or bludgeoning?
Slashing. It's
Slashing.
magical.
Roger.
I think slashing has a certain break point for it to split. I don't remember though. Or is that just oozes that split? I don't know if it's
I mean, gelatinous cube is
gelatinous-
an ooze.
It's a type of ooze, but
Yeah.
If it's
There-
in
there-
the stat block.
there's different things with different oozes.
Different
Yeah.
users do different things, so
I don't
Yeah.
know if gelatinous cube has that same property.
I'll let you know.
I'm
So
gonna
this
go
is
ahead
not a colored
and
one though, right?
It's just green.
I'm gonna
It's
go
just
ahead
a
and
green cube.
use
It's not a black
lunar
color.
lance.
Those
That's
are
cocked.
killers. Cold blooded.
That's a 20.
Go for it. Do your damage.
1d8. So that's 8 plus 3. 11 force damage.
11 force damage. Gotcha.
That makes up for my 4 slashing damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And force is gonna be less likely to do stuff to it.
Yeah, no splitting with force.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If it can be split.
Yeah.
Lear,
I
it's
don't
your
know.
turn. Then after that is gelatinous.
It's gelatinous.
Yeah,
cube.
technically the cube goes after.
I'm gonna slide down, grab on, and is it possible for me to grab Nico?
He is in the center of this cube.
Can I put an arm in, grab him, and pull him out?
Trying to use the fast hands.
Yes. Just get a hand on him and grapple him.
I would allow an acrobatics check for that.
Nine.
9. Damn, this is fucking rough. This happens.
Yeah.
You get your hand inside of it, and as soon as you get your hand inside of this thing, you can feel the piercing, just acid just burning your fucking skin, and you reactionarily take your hand out, realizing that this is going to be a harder test than 5.
What would that cost me? Bonus action, action.
Let's just. You want to just say your fast hands for that?
Essence? Okay.
We can just say your fast hands. You got fast hands.
I'm gonna try again.
Go for it.
Did you also burn your inspiration earlier, or?
I'm gonna burn my inspiration here. It's a D6, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
13.
13. You get your hand in. Immediately, just go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
My dice
You,
kinda kill
you
me
might
there.
want to change that dice for now.
That's my dice, bro. That's my dice. It
Yeah,
rolls good, rolls
exactly.
bad. It's consistently even. That's why I rolled. It's not, but it's
What's it, a
unfortunate.
D20?
Yeah.
Here.
So,
That's the
Oh, I have 1, 2.
yeah, he has a lot.
3.
So, what's
four,
the save, buddy?
9.
Okay. So, you get your hand in, and then you do get his hand. But as you try to bring it out, you find yourself, your entire arm is stuck inside of this thing as well. You do have him, but you can't take your arm out of this creature. You do passively take
A lot of damage. That's a good amount.
Okay, not that bad. 10 damage, acid.
See, I always thought it was strength to try and get him out.
I think it's.
Yeah, I was just using the creature's ability since he's putting his hand inside it.
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking about strength, that would be completely different. I would have him make a different check if he was able to get himself out of that. You know what I mean?
If I let go, can I get my arm out?
Yeah, totally.
If the moment I realized I couldn't get him out, I just let go and just pull right out. I'm not taking any more damage from him.
Gotcha.
I'm disengaging and going here.
Alright, there you go. There's nothing wrong with saying you tried.
You tried.
Shit happens.
You're not gonna.
Can I move at all within the jet?
You are fucking stuck.
I just
Yeah.
took 10 damage. I dropped down
Okay.
to 13 HP. This thing can still one-shot.
Can-
I'm disengaging.
Okay, could I see him trying?
You can't reactionary do anything here.
Well, no. I would just like if I was able to move my eyes, I'd just give him that like tried look.
You can do that, totally.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's
Painful.
Yeah, I have my turn.
Yeah, you're basically in a cube of acid.
Yeah, badass.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, immediately.
The other one. Yeah.
Immediately, Dominico.
Try not to kill me, Caleb. Jesus.
I'm not trying. This is just what's rolled in the generator.
I know.
I promise you. This was rolled. I didn't create
Okay,
this.
I have 13 health left. Am I down?
I know you are down, but it could potentially just kill you.
Ah, fuck.
If it
Can
does
I use
40
a plot point and just
It
You
could.
gotta let me say the damage first.
How much?
That is 24 points of acid damage.
It does not right kill him.
That's what matters.
yeah.
What would you say your plot point is? Because thematically, it has to make sense for it to work.
Well,
What are you trying to get out of this?
Well, of course, pissed off that I'm getting burned alive. So, would I be able to use a plot point to potentially like transform into a dragon and try to claw my way out?
No. You immediately go unconscious. So the dragon part of it, unfortunately, would require you to be sentient and awake. Your body as itself is currently unconscious.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about something else, do you have anything else in mind? You can't do the dragon bit.
Okay. No, that was it. That was just to save me from going down.
Well, what we could say is that you could potentially try to wake yourself back up using your dragon might within you. You wouldn't transform, but you would be saving yourself at least maybe getting back up to 1 HP. Is that something you would be willing to do?
Not at the moment, though.
Okay, well then you are on a death saving throws. And then it uses its action. Holy shit, this fucking farther away.
This thing's gonna kill us.
It's gonna.
It very well might. It's just here.
What do I do?
It does move, as it is able to just using its pseudopods just get up, and it starts to move with Dominico in there, and I will determine which one he's going for.
So he's
I'm right next to it.
You're right next to it.
yeah, he's right in front of it. He did a melee attack against it.
You are right in front of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not going to use its movement. It's just going to go for a pseudopod attack on you. Since you are the first thing it sees, it would make sense.
Well, the closest thing, the closest thing it senses to it.
Yeah, exactly. 18 to hit.
It does not hit. I don't even have to block it.
Yeah.
You got
There you go.
19?
Yeah, up 20. Because I got a monk's AC, monk's
Okay.
unarmored defense sort of thing.
That is the gelatinous cube. Sudal, it's your turn. On deck after that is Nibbles. followed by PJ.
It's kind of my build. And I go up with the high AC, and then if it beats that, I go up it. Haha. Yeah, no.
Oh, Serdal, it is your. I think he's still playing. Never mind. It is your turn, Serdal.
Alright.
Nibbles, you're on deck, followed by PJ.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
It's 15 foot down in the bow. I mean, you can move diagonally, but I think you have enough movement speed to be able to do both.
Well, basically, I'm trying to get to here, and then as far away from them as possible. So that's 10, 15. That would work. 25, 30, 35. Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave everything to me. I can deal with it. Hopefully.
I can't take a hit from this one. There's no way.
This is just a really fucked up scenario.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
This has probably been here for a long time too. This might
Yeah.
not even be new.
yeah.
I go here. I'm not going to bother doing my dagger attack. I'm just going to use my rapier.
Okay.
Well, we know where all the prisoners went.
Glad I had advantage on that one.
It's kind of garbage disposal for prisoners.
Yep.
It's 21. Which I'm
21
pretty
to
sure.
hit?
Yep, 21 to
Okay, that
hit.
hits.
Ah, but piercing.
It is piercing.
That might be an issue.
No, it's good.
Is it?
It's beneficial because it won't split it.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Then actually, I'm going
It might be
to add
resistance to
my
piercing.
d6 from his inspiration on this attack.
So you burn yours.
thematically it
Yes.
makes sense. But
Yeah, thematically it makes sense.
when you think,
Ooze, yeah, piercing shouldn't affect it, quote unquote.
yeah, I'm not gonna look at Joe.
That's 20 piercing damage.
20 piercing damage. Okay.
And then I use my disengage and back up.
Okay.
And like I said, for me, I don't have to worry about the difficult terrain.
No, you don't. Okay, Nichols, you're on.
Is it possible to cast Healing Word down on Dominico?
100% possible.
Yeah, let me cast that then.
This is why we take healing word.
Okay, hold on, let's see.
Not looking at that one.
So I can see.
No, there is.
Cast
Does not have
down.
God, Dominico's just having one bad session after another, man.
Okay,
Fucking bad
I'm
luck.
gonna roll the dice.
First he gets separated from his other soul, then he gets drug into the fucking
Okay,
water
it's
and
a
drunk
healing
up.
word.
And now he's in a fucking acid slime.
Maybe it's just meant to be where Sogram gets involved.
Maybe.
And that's whenever Dominico wakes up. Fuck him!
It takes
Healing.
7 healing
Healing
points,
down
and you
on
go, and you are currently conscious. Now, as you are inside this,
How much health do I get back?
7.
and as you are currently inside of this cube, you feel your body's, your skin is literally burning. It feels like this thing is eating you from the inside out. That's how much pain this is. Some of your organs just feel like they are just deteriorated at this point. But you slowly become the consciousness that you are like, and then you find yourself still stuck into this thing. I want you to make a Constitution saving throw for me real quick,
Okay.
because I want to determine something real quick.
Hey, it's something you good at.
That's fine.
Fuck! 13.
13. You instinctively start to like breathe a little bit, and as you start to breathe a little bit, you find yourself start to choke.
Suffocate.
You are suffocating currently.
Great.
You still are.
You're alive, but
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
trying.
suffocating.
Doesn't really keep you alive.
So even without the acid damage, you only have, what is it? Well, you got like a couple of minutes because it's based on your con modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
So-
you hold your breath. That's not
Right, once you start suffocating.
Yeah, that's different.
That I was determining if he was able to like instinctively make sure his mouth was closed or not.
Cantrip and
Yeah,
fireball neck.
okay, go for it. That's the firebolt.
I might as well always can. Just gonna switch between these.
Kind of,
two.
it's,
The-
well, kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing I didn't fall into. Because
It
I
has
wouldn't have to
two
worry about that
rounds to
stupid
reach
effect on
air.
it.
Technically not.
8
Yeah.
for damage.
8 for damage? Okay.
So if it starts suffocating, it has 2 rounds to reach air before it drops to 0 hit points. That is the ruling for suffocation.
Yep.
Yep.
You still got 2 rounds. It could go down from there, but you have to.
Once you hit that point,
Okay.
But the issue is also the acid damage on top of it. That's going to knock him out before those 2 rounds are up anyway.
yep.
Exactly. PJ, it is your turn. Dominico, you are on deck.
Wonderful.
Did your firebolt miss or?
It hit. Great damage.
His firebolt hit.
Okay. As that happens, I look at this icky gooey creature,
This acid
and
Nothing.
all the shadows just start
It
to
has more
form
resistance
around it as
than
I just
anything else, really.
bring my hands together and I
Resistance to
crush
acid, fire,
inwards
lightning,
on this thing,
cold,
and I
such.
say, "Strike that
It's really
man!"
submersible.
As I look at the shackled man who didn't tell us that this thing was in here, and I'm hoping that it fails so I can kill the guy. Basically.
So Constitution
Basically,
saving
oozes
time
are-
on the guy.
No.
Oozes are your anti-magic.
Oh, so it's on the creature, and then
So
you're
that
targeting the
the-
guy.
No, I'm targeting
It's really
the
that's what it
creature.
is.
But when it runs away, I'm wanting to basically run towards the guy and burn him.
Okay, so this is just
Dissonant whispers.
gotcha. Just making sure. Gotcha.
I think oozes are the perfect anti-magic.
And this is wisdom,
kind of
correct?
creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gelatinous cube. It gets a 10 since it's getting negatives to a lot of things.
So also I was hoping that when it started heading towards the guy, that whatever pedestal it was on would be able to track him and basically allow him to slosh off of it. So I don't know if you can. I don't really know how it looks, so I don't know what it is that I'm looking at really. But
So,
Was it the remove? All right. So what triggered the trap? Was it the chain going loose from his body? What triggered the trap in this room?
give me a second. 'Cause I wrote it down and I completely forgot it from my brain for a second.
Was it the sudden lack of weight on one of the chains?
It was what seemed to be a certain lack on one of the chains that was connected to the locks.
So the second his weight came off of that, and that chain went up, it activated the mechanism.
Yeah.
And he's still hanging by one chain.
okay, so as it's passing through it, what happens?
I don't think he's hanging above it by, I want to say 20 feet at this point.
Oh, I didn't
He's,
know. Okay.
he's hanging right now, so.
You're green. Pushing over.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that high up. Okay.
But it did run away, so technically it would be going in whatever direction you want it to.
Well, it's
it's
away.
opposite. It's away from me. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So it
What's
is.
its max movement speed actually?
Its mag movement speed, it's just 15 feet. Its thing can't move fast.
So it goes.
They only move one square.
Yeah, because that's move up.
And that's as far as it goes.
So I'll just cast vicious mockery on the man then.
Charisma saving throw, I assume.
Wisdom.
It's always wisdom. Why do I always, it's always with me, my brain goes with charisma with bards. I don't know why. 6.
Okay.
He fails.
Do 3 points of damage to him.
And the next. I'm sorry.
He just dies.
He didn't tell us.
I'm not saying you were
I
right.
know.
No, it's just I found it weird
Just
that
kill
the
the
Platinum
DM,
Cube was
right?
laughing.
Yeah, the shadows that were surrounding the creature just moves up towards him and encapsulates him and just crushes him inwards.
Okay, Dominico, it's your turn.
That's it.
On deck is Ren. going to the top of the round after
Get
this.
out of the slide. It's at
Good.
least up on top of land where you
Mm-hmm.
can be. You would have.
Yeah, you're not gonna slide back down to me.
What are you thinking?
That's all I got for you.
Get out. I'm gonna try anything and everything, and I can't get out.
The way to get out of the gelatinous cube is you have to make a strength check for me.
Does he take damage on the turn? Stop it. Stop
Yeah,
it,
he
sir.
will, but I want to give him this check first. Because I might lower the damage depending on the check. I'm saying where I'm going with this. Because this is a shit ton of damage.
Okay.
Is it athletics or just a straight strength?
There's
Strength
no
check.
anything. If you don't have any bonuses, this is just a bad thing for you.
Yeah, it's straight.
It's a strength check.
I can't afford to get in.
I got 13.
13, that fails.
That's 16. That's a 13 on the dice.
Alright.
Oh.
You
Okay.
get that add your strength.
16?
Wait.
It was 16.
It
He
was
thought it
16?
was a 10 on the die, but it's a 13
Okay,
on the
so you will take
That probably drops him.
Yeah.
okay.
die. He's down.
I mean, this thing sucks.
Yeah.
It's not as dangerous, but when you're inside of this thing, or if it gets its hands on you, it's just the fucking worst. So it's a total of. Yeah. Even with me lowering some of the damage, it's 30 points of damage. Acid.
What was your HP before?
7.
Okay.
You drop.
Did he at least get partially out of the cube?
He's halfway out. So half of his body is like lumped over this cube.
I have a feeling if you didn't lower the damage, it would have been outright.
There's a chance. Yes. That's why I wanted to give him a chance, not to die outright. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna make the check first and then see where it goes. So, yeah, at least you're just now once again going on death saving throws. Red, it is your turn, and then after that is Lear.
How bad does this gelatinous cube look?
It's okay. You guys have not done much to it.
Yeah, we haven't had many chances to actually attack it.
Yeah, I think there's only been like 2 or 3 attacks.
Because I've had to focus on trying to save Nico. He's focused on trying to save
Exactly.
Nico.
There's
I don't-
more circumstances in here than just the cube.
I don't have the strength to pull him out, so I'm just gonna heal him, give him another round to survive for 8 healing. You get 8 healing.
Poor job, Nico. So he's a hard time right You just keep waking up and he's like back in bed.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
like, this is just how the statistics of this game works.
You said 8.
Yeah.
80 health goes back to you as once again, your breath comes back to your lungs as you're finally able to breathe.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15, yeah, hits.
Just do the whole Ace Ventura.
12 slashing.
Well,
That's my turn. And I am still within melee range. I'm not gonna bother.
Gotcha. Lear, it is your turn with the cube on deck.
I grab Nico. Acrobatics again?
Correct.
Alright, that is a 21.
Okay. You successfully get him outside of the cube.
And I'm
Since he's
going
halfway
to
through.
climb him up, disengaging as an action,
Okay.
or a bonus action,
All right.
pulling him up, and pushing him back into the corner.
Gotcha.
Don't die.
And I end my turn.
I can just imagine Dominic. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I don't know.
This is the worst pain you've ever been in. Literally. There's no way it's not.
I mean, you fought a dragon.
Wait, that is true.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh,
He also got lightning bolted by us.
But he's got the worst luck out of everyone
Well,
here.
at least so
Yeah.
for
He's
instantaneously.
gotten hit by a fire
Wow, this
with
was
fire
not-
breath.
half here!
He got hit by a straight lightning bolt from the
Yeah.
storm giant,
Can't even
and
be
now he's
inside
fallen to the
himself.
gelatinous cube.
Yeah, the gelatinous cube actually is, he makes a point, is probably slightly worse because it's continuous pain, whereas the lightning bolt was just
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, at least he went out
But
cold.
fire and acid is pretty
He
on par
didn't
with
get
each
hit
other.
with fire.
Like when you
He
look
was
at
straight up melee with
Dominico,
that dragon.
straight up, you look at your skin and parts of it is missing. Like you can see the bone on some of your fingers.
Yeah.
That's how bad this would be. This is horrible.
This gelatinous cube dissolves everything except magical items.
And bones.
It is now the gelatinous
And
cube's turn. It's gonna go for.
There's a lot of bones.
It's gonna
in
go
the bottom
for.
of this
It
He's
could
probably
technically
still inside
move,
it.
but if it moves, it's gonna take an opportunity to attack.
And not only that, like we discussed before, he's gonna go for whatever he senses is the closest.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real, if I remember
Not
correctly,
intelligent.
yeah, they're
Not
not
intelligent.
intelligent.
Let me think about this.
Yeah.
I'll roll check.
Exactly.
That's how I determine everything. Okay. Still gonna attack you. I don't think it would be smart enough to do. It's not. You guys want me to change my dice?
Do what you want, bro.
No.
Roll your dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally, that's how.
I mean, I'm on the flat part now, and he's on the slanted part. So, if I get knocked down, I don't slide into him.
Get knocked down. I'll get up
Because
again.
he was on a
Knock
flat
me
part
down.
below him.
I mean,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
Dominico's point.
So
Yeah.
with that, you do take.
At least it's a pseudopod attack.
There's more to it.
But I might have to make a check to see if he pulls me in.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to come next, but I have to tell him the damage first, which is 22 points of acid
I'm
damage.
still up currently.
Not, it could have rolled way worse, so there's that. And then with this pseudopod attack coming your way, you need to make a strength check for me.
Just strength.
It's just strength with this thing.
11.
11? God damn, that just fails. So
Yeah,
you do.
I don't have strength.
It makes sense. Nobody here really does. You get snatched up by this thing and then slowly.
How much acid
Dragged
damage
into
do
it.
I take?
Wait, was that that?
Yeah.
That's weird timing. Take 10 points of acid damage.
I'm down.
This thing's strong, deceptively strong. As you instinctively just go unconscious as soon as the acid just starts hitting your body.
I can't change where I moved him to. My brain says I would move him closer to the door.
Damn it. This
But
creature is so
instinctively I
fucking
pulled back to the
annoying.
corner I've been in because I wanted to spread out.
My
the rest of
character
the
was
party.
fully prepared to do this, so.
No, I mean this is the dangers of running through a dungeon in general. Sir Dahl, it is your turn. Nibbles, you're on deck.
I've already used all my healing. You guys would know that. So bringing me back would not.
PJ, you're after Nibbles.
Bringing me back to heal would not be beneficial.
Yeah, true.
No advantage on this attack.
Getting
Unfortunately.
him out was crucial because he could turn into a dragon if necessary.
So no sneak attack at all, unfortunately.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they have blind sight, so we can't even worry about hiding from it. Unless that blind sight is limited.
It is, but
I don't think it's limited to the side. It's probably 50
17 hit?
17's gonna hit this creature.
I figure they don't have very much of an AC.
It's gonna be really hard not to hit. Essentially, no matter what you guys do, a 1 is probably the only way you're gonna miss.
Yeah.
we're still at low enough level where the 2 would miss.
Maybe.
Maybe. Depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah. That's gonna be 14 piercing damage.
14.
Unless it has an
And
AC.
bonus action disengage.
Nice.
It's not even quite you. Okay, yeah. That's your turn. Nibbles.
Kinda just
PJ, it's your
throw a
arm.
magic missile at it.
Okay.
Cast for
They are HP HP pools. That's all they are, really.
Yeah, they're HP pools with that ability to suck you in.
And just
They're,
kill you.
they're very, very
12
strong.
damage.
They are the dungeon Roomba.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That force damage is gonna do a lot more than most, so there's that.
Oh, is that vulnerability to force? That's interesting.
No.
lack of
Oh.
Lack of having to like slice and dice, essentially. Is not.
It has a lot
does. It does not. It can shrug off a lot of that damage.
Yeah, it has a lot of
Does it actually have
resistance.
resistance to this?
Yes, it does.
Non-magical or just straight up?
Straight up.
Just straight up.
Slashing, piercing,
That's
most
the one thing
likely
about these
bludgeoning.
slimes and oozes and stuff.
Throwing something into goo and
You're
So,
gonna, I
yep.
think gelatinous cubes had that, but that must be.
I don't know. We don't know what we're finding.
Okay. I mean, you're right.
I'll
should be
throw a
fine.
firebolt, of course. Is my
There's so many cubes and oozes that it could be.
Yeah.
PJ, it's your turn.
From all of its abilities so far, it's.
Dominico,
appears to
you're
be
on
gelatinous
deck.
Oh,
cube.
hold on. I did use a fireball.
Oh, you did use fireball?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always use fireball if I can't do it.
Got
So
you.
5?
5?
5.
Okay. It is finally bloodied.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good sign. My mind's gone.
Okay, so PJ, it is your turn. Dominico, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going because this is again that black sludge is going to come down upon it and strike it straight through. I'm going to cast that at the second level.
18.
Passes. Takes 9 points of psychic damage.
9 points of psychic damage. You don't think?
Hilarious.
Yeah, that might be one of its resistances because it doesn't technically have a brain.
It's the only thing I have is a damaging
Yeah,
spell.
but no, that's
That's funny to think that it would be, but technically not. It just takes the damage.
It has a lot of elemental resistances and
It's just
physical
some things are
resistances.
just funny to think about.
yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
Make sure you're more than 15 feet from it.
Yeah.
Make
My
it
bonus
move
action,
one
I'm
more.
just going to move my mark to it.
Gotcha. Okay, Dominico, it's your turn. With once again Ren on deck.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my death saving throw now.
You can do that.
Just
If
passes
I moved over
with
to
10.
Gotcha.
this
Go
corner,
ahead and
would
check
I
that out
be
for you.
like a good distance
Keep
away
in
from
mind
it?
your movement speed right now is 50.
You have a 30-foot movement speed. It's 15 foot with
He
difficult
has
terrain.
25 movement speed.
Oh, yeah, he
He's
can't
a
even make
gnome.
it down there.
You can move 10 feet. That's as far as you can move in this difficult terrain.
Unfortunately, with you being a gnome.
I mean, technically, he only need to move 5 feet because he needs to get up first.
He's not. I was holding him.
Oh, okay.
So he
We're
was.
not saying he's prone.
Yeah, he would have been held and let go. Like he
I
wouldn't
can
have
understand where
been
your
like
mind
dropped on
says
the
as far
ground,
as
bro.
that goes, though.
Okay.
So I would have picked him up and
Wild
dragged
shape?
him up.
12 hit?
No, wild shape. No. Okay, 2 burned.
Got it.
Inconsistent.
Why is that? Why are they overlapping?
Because I have one track going, and then
Yeah, one is zombie.
I just noticed that because they're
yeah.
overlapping.
yeah, I have the environmental track going, and then the actual boss music in the background. What are you doing, Dominico?
I'm trying to think of what I can
That's the problem.
do. Yeah.
As you notice, you're looking around the table. They're
I
trying
would
to
still
figure out
move
what
that
they're
10
doing.
feet. Just
You
try.
gotta fucking move. You're gonna die if you don't.
I am not sticking around
Yeah.
for you.
But where would I be able to move? That's the problem.
Good question.
Maybe you just stay in that corner actually.
Yeah.
You can take the dodge action. That is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a viable option.
Yes.
Especially given where your HP is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, then I'll do the whole dodge action.
Dodge action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dodge action means any attacks on you have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Got it. Because I was looking at Earthling Grasp again. I don't even know if I'd be able to do that.
Even if you did, I'd
So,
have to make a
I'm gonna
save
do
as well.
this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could be restrained since it's a.
And I wouldn't be able to use Dragon's Breath because it's not really weak to anything.
Yeah, it's got a lot of elemental resistances. Sadly, that's how oozes are. And this particular oozes has physical resistances as
I
well.
mean, you could probably just leave the room.
That's the thing you guys can
Kite it out. It has 15 movement.
Yeah.
You can do that
As soon as
long-
it has at least a 10-foot reach with its
What?
pseudopods.
I was just saying what you guys
And
could
stay
do.
out of the range of 25 feet and just pelt it with
I
arrows.
take one death save.
Well, you
Or
know
death
this my
fail, since
technique.
I take damage.
Dart in, dart out.
Yeah.
Unless it does. Actually, you'd have to roll it.
But I also have a 35 movement
You are,
speed
yeah, you are
and not
technically
affected
still
by the
in
difficult terrain.
there, right?
Same.
And if it does 33
'Cause I
damage,
also
I'm
have
dead.
climb speed, so I should be fine.
Yeah, I would have to.
Or you
do
have a
that.
climb speed.
So you have spider.
I have spider climb.
And at the end. Automatically take one.
Yeah, just for being inside of it, you're absolutely correct. AoE wise, you don't outright die. I rolled a few ones in there, so you're good. But you automatically take a death save for being inside this thing. Sucks. But that's what happens at the beginning of this turn. And by the way, I've added the extra damage because Chris is technically right. There is no resistances to this creature. As far as like slashing and piercing goes.
Okay.
I was wrong. So I've added extra damage to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone against a couple of gelatinous cubes in the past, and I'm like, I don't feel like they had resistance to slashing and piercing.
I got confused
Piercing
with the
would make
others,
sense.
So
Yeah.
Piercing would make sense.
slashing probably not.
Well, because
Yeah.
slashing tends to have secondary effects on some oozes.
Correct.
Exactly.
I don't think it's gelatinous cubes though. Because I feel like it's just a regular large ooze that can be split into smaller ones, and that's the only ooze that can actually be split. If memory serves me right from a player standpoint, I haven't run oozes very often, if at all.
Lear, it is your turn. The cube will be going after you.
Good luck.
That's what he says to you, buddy.
That's what he says.
Bonus action dash. I'm gonna shoot my bow as a big move.
Frick.
I'm gonna.
You need-
well,
You need
said
that cleric subclass to get Skylar Dying range.
10 to hit.
Right.
It's gonna hit.
Yep.
This thing's AC is garbage.
Yeah.
It's poopy
Yeah, it's a
garbage.
big giant cube with no
For
dexterity.
7 damage.
For 7 damage. Okay.
Wait, is it?
Sorry, 6 damage.
6 damage.
Not a +1 bow.
It is bloodied.
I thought it was bloody before.
I don't remember if I actually said that. If I said it before, then
It's more bloodied.
it is more bloodied than it was before.
Nah, I'm dipping out of that room because I'm just gonna slide past these two for this little jump right here and then moving.
Okay.
Technically, diagonal movement. They're not blocking.
Right. Okay.
Free advantage of a diagonal entrance.
It is its turn.
Take one death save, death fail.
No, that's the beginning of your turn, not
Okay.
its. So you technically don't take a death save.
I just had to ask.
No,
I'll look at the block again to make sure, but you might. Actually, you might.
Because
Just for being inside of it.
You might
That's
have,
fucking busted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually take a death save.
and make sure it doesn't kill me outright.
Yeah, double check the reading on the ability
Yeah.
just in case.
Enters the cube. You know what? I was right originally. Don't take an extra death save
Yeah.
for the fake.
Double check
sake
the
of
reading
just
always.
making an extra death
If
save.
it, when it comes to death saves, we'd like, let's
Yeah,
do that.
that's
double check
important.
it.
That makes sense, because I was just like, wait, you might be right. But no, I was right originally. You just take one on your turn. Okay.
this
God.
square here is the flat area. The rest of this is difficult
Dominico,
terrain.
your thing in this fucking creature sight.
I mean, this might just be a
Can it even? Oh, wait.
chance where we have to we leave these two in here and we have to.
Lose 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me as a player,
I
I'm not
do
gonna
have
blame
a
you.
dodge action.
I don't. It could miss you, but
Can it even
you
move
are
that
what it
far?
sees.
Yeah, because this is the only place that's not difficult terrain. I don't know if it's
Not
because it's an
affected by
ooze.
the-
Is it going to be affected by the elevation or not?
Let me
I think it
just.
has a climb speed, but I don't know.
Oh,
I don't. That's why I'm saying I don't
They
know.
tend to be on ceilings and drop down on
Exactly.
people, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it may not be
it's
affected.
not affected by it.
Yeah. We'll be fine, motherfuckers.
We tried to save you, man.
Yeah.
I would love to to vote, but I mean, it does tend to be on ceilings and drop on people. They tend to have a climb speed.
And this is with
That
disadvantage.
is their typical
Hunting tactic.
right. This
Okay.
one is the opposite. You fall into it.
Yeah.
It is a 10 to hit. This is with disadvantage of roll by garbage.
This is
Makes sense. It, but you manage to get your head under, like duck, as this thing hits right above your head as it hits the wall, and that's its turn. Sir Dahl.
5, 10, 15, 20,
I'm gonna have to
25.
out of there.
And I get advantage on this attack.
Technically, yeah.
Did it have to go within 5 feet to hit to attack?
Yeah, it had to get right up there. I don't know if that's right up there or not.
It's
Debatable, but we'll just leave it as is.
Let's just say it's 5 feet.
The corner of this room is odd.
yeah.
It is very odd, given the fact that we had to do so many weird dimensions. Go ahead. What did you roll?
I got a 10 on the die, which makes for an 18 overall.
Just for everyone's sake, if you roll below a 6, that's the only way you miss.
Oh, it's 6 AC is what you're saying. Right?
Yeah, I'm just.
There's no way.
Oh, it has a 6 AC?
6 AC.
Yeah, they're usually very easy to hit.
Yeah,
It's like
whereas
almost impossible to miss.
they have a lot of HP and a lot of resistances, so all the damage you do is halved.
Okay, what do you look at?
8, 9, 10, 11. 11 and 7, so that's 18 piercing.
Okay.
And 25, 30, 35.
Okay. I mean, you can only do so much. Okay.
I'm trying.
Nibbles.
Is this thing at least
Wanna
like cure wounds
Yeah.
down there, but I don't know if
That's touch.
Cure wounds is
Cure Wounds is touch.
or he's healing.
Healing Ward's the only way you can potentially bring someone back right now. Unless you use your movement to get into the fray. So you want a Healing Word?
Yeah, well, I need to keep him alive a little longer.
Technically, yes. Go ahead and Healing Word. That's why we have Healing Word. That's
It's
why
a
we take
very,
it.
very strong spell.
Yeah, it's very strong for, and it's specifically made for this scenario.
Yeah.
5.
It doesn't do a lot of healing, but it's a ranged heal.
And it can bring people back up. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Five
not.
damage. You get 5 HP right back to you, buddy.
And as cantrip, I just throw a fucking fireball. As always. As always, throw a fireball so it can do some damage to this thing.
Makes sense.
4.
Okay. It is not looking good. You are technically conscious, as you're now panicking in the middle.
Now you know what how many you have feeling like.
Because it's fair, go ahead and make a con check for me. See if you remember to catch your breath.
Okay.
That is a 9.
A 9, you also don't like instinctively. You
So
just
I got
try to
2
take a
rounds.
breath of air. You start suffocating.
I got 2 rounds, people.
PJ, it is your turn. Dominico, you're on deck.
needs to make another wisdom saving throw.
That's a -1.
That's
It's got terrible stats.
15 psychic damage.
15. Okay. This thing is looking terrible. Dog shit.
And then a vicious mockery.
Good.
Dog water. Go ahead.
Good. That means
Oh,
he's
sorry, it's a
almost.
save.
I'm like, huh?
My bad.
Oh, fucking kill it!
Charisma, you said?
I mean, if you want to change it to charisma, Callum, I don't mind.
Might make it easier.
You're not wrong.
Gelatinous cube in the area.
-3.
That's 3 damage.
3 damage. 3
And
damage.
he gets disadvantage on his next attack.
Emotional damage.
And the whole time I'm just slashing around this darkness, just cutting straight through it as it's just bisecting it. And
Yeah,
tearing
and
it
just
apart.
like portions of it are just hitting the ground.
Over to Titus.
Dominico.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean,
That's a good meme.
I have what, 10?
this thing is literally cornering you, and
cannot get
you
out.
are cornered.
I'm cornered, so I can't move.
Even if you tried to move, you wouldn't be able to make it far from it.
Yeah, regardless, you could squeeze by, but it would give an opportunity to attack on you.
Unless
Well,
you
If you're
I
willing
don't
to-
think he can even leave its
I don't think
threat.
so either. I
It's-
don't think he can. He's in the corner. He's literally cornered by this thing.
You're right. Well, I mean, even he could get by, but because it's difficult terrain, he doesn't have enough movement to leave its threat area.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get an opportunity of attack.
So if I were to do
That's
the dodge
true.
option again,
You could do that.
yeah.
It would give
I
you.
would
we
not.
save you, or
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Okay.
Dodge!
Dodge action it is.
I only have one more spell slot left, so if I don't. If
Okay,
you don't
Ren,
get
what are you
Ren,
doing?
then
I also only have one.
Again,
spell.
I
He's
don't
on
know
deck.
if
He's probably dipping because it's the smart thing to do.
does the damage take at the beginning or the end?
Pretty much useless. My next spell.
Technically, let's check that. I believe it's at the start of your
Because
turn.
I'm not making the saving throw. Because I don't have. I know I cannot.
Okay, so I believe it's at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Yep, it's at the start of your turn, so you do take this damage.
Which puts you right back down again, don't it?
yeah.
As it's a matter of whether or not he is killed outright.
With
31 points of damage.
I am not dead outright.
Jesus Christ.
You do go unconscious again inside of this thing.
Yeah.
Lear, it's your turn again. What are you doing? Are you still dipping?
How close to death does the Suze look? I wasn't paying
He's-
attention for a minute.
It's not looking great.
He said it's looking pretty bad.
Dash. It's a bonus action.
So enthusiastic. It's a very soul sapping thing to happen.
Yeah, you decide
It's-
your character's gonna be on.
Fucking
I'm
sucks.
putting myself in danger right now just to get this attack in. That's why it's soul sapping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just soul sapping.
16 damage.
16? Gotcha.
Second attack still hits.
You dash as a bonus action,
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's getting
Actually,
late.
that-
I get it.
You did
It's getting late. I
No, I
get it.
didn't.
15 foot down. So this.
Well-
Well, you moved 15.
Well, this isn't down. He's not down anymore.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so I didn't need the
Well,
bonus
it's-
attack.
The way I see it is because it's slanted, it doesn't take up any extra movement because you're going down. It's just this difficult terrain
Coming up.
without a climbing speed.
right. But even like here, it would still be 15 foot from here to here.
Yeah, but I didn't go into here at all, so.
This section of the wall is just steeper than say this section of the wall.
Okay, so.
Regardless,
Because
that's
it's
then
15
6
foot
damage.
below. The
That's how much more
level.
damage?
6.
Okay. It's barely hanging on, but it's still up.
But it's still, it's, whether the floor is like this or like this, moving 5 foot is moving 5 foot.
But it's 15 feet down.
This will determine his fate. This is just Latin's turn.
If you,
It will roll with disadvantage.
it's just steeper. So while you're moving this way 5, you're moving 15 feet
I
down.
rolled a natural 20 and then a natural 1. So that
Which
dodge action.
Technically only takes
literally
15
saved
foot
your life.
movement if you had a climbing.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
much dodge action is
It literally just saved your
it's a
life.
good thing.
So,
Unless
you
you
yeah,
decide
that's the end of
just
its
slide
turn.
down.
Serdal, what are you doing?
Someone moved into your spot, I'm sorry.
It is Serdal's turn.
I got enough movement, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
10. Yeah, I have to think. That give me an advantage.
I'd say so.
Yep.
That's a definite hit. Not a crit, but it's a definite hit.
Okay. Don't roll the dice. How do you want to do it? It's got 2 HP left.
Oh, nice.
I know. I know.
I just walk up to it and just kind of take my rapier and just kind of slice through it over his head.
And then the cube just slowly
Melts.
just melts into green acid pool onto the ground.
Slides down right where you
It's
are.
gonna.
Does a med kit require a bonus? I don't have.
It requires bonus action.
But I don't have a med kit. I don't think.
I have them, but I don't have them like readily available on my person. They would be in my sack on my back where I could easily grab them out, but they wouldn't be easily visible.
You guys are now in this dark, sad, empty chamber.
Oh,
That
they
is
were trying to
just
stabilize
screams
him.
misery.
I mean,
Literally being.
if you're on, haven't made any death saves, right?
No.
Let's
I'll
just-
stabilize him right as soon as then.
Yep, he does not need to make one. Let's just say you stabilize him with using
'cause even
one
if
of your
it
fast hands med kits.
And you are going to be up in, if no one heals you, 4 hours.
We got
fucking
potions for a
hours.
reason.
Yeah.
Do you want to just wake him up
Contemplating that
immediately?
as we get him out, and we're gonna pull everyone out of this room, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, that's your.
I'll help guide Nico out so he doesn't slide into the pit and randomly die from fall damage.
Please.
And you guys slowly get into this other chamber where once again it does feel like misery, just not as much as in the other room.
I say we take a long rest here.
They don't know we're here, so. And we can relock this door.
Well, that's a dead end. Nothing's coming from there. This door is already locked behind that we came through originally.
Well, I mean, I closed that one and locked it.
Yeah.
Can we lock this door from our side?
I mean, you know how to lock, you know how to unlock it, you should know how to lock
I
it
mean,
too.
like the lock was on the outside. Is there
Yeah.
a lock on the inside as well that we could apply on the
Yeah,
inside?
totally.
Alright, I'll put that padlock on this side then.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna take a rest here.
Long rest in game, long rest out of game. I'm gonna go ahead and end the session here today. That was an encounter that was not expected but happened. So, okay, there we go. That's the end of this is our end of our session. We'll get back to this dungeon next week.